Alright, man. Shalom. I'm going to start off by saying Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kodash. Double honors to my apostles, to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutation to the hopeful elect that is scattered throughout the four corners, pushing word in truth and sincerity. You're the men of Great Millstone, the men of Great Millstone, out here in the highways and byways. Like the scripture says, it's our reasonable service, right? We're supposed to present our bodies as a living sacrifice that is holy and acceptable unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai. We're out here on another worldly Saturday, right? Which right now, the spirits are going to be active today because this is, Babylon, America celebrating the 250-year anniversary of their rulership, man. Right? The scripture says to be in season and out season. It's damn near 100 degrees right now, but guess what, man? The Lord got his spirit on his men to still come out here and prophesy. But we still have this big confusion and this big misconception of who the Lord's people really are, man. The mass of the people refuse to accept that the Lord's people are melanated men and women, right? Now, the color doesn't determine you being the Lord's people, because at the end of the day, or more so color, we use color as just an indicator, right? Because of the image that they posted of trying to say this is what our Lord looks like. But the Lord's people come from the tribe of Israel, who consists of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, from Judah on down to Issachar. So, sorry for that one, brother.
This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 5. It says, these 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Yeah, so you got to understand the difference. You have a physical Gentile, and you have an Israelite that's in a Gentile state of mind, And what they would basically like the best way to break that down is, you weren't physically born out of the tribe of Israel, right? That's you being like a natural Gentile. But then you could have an Israelite in a Gentile state of mind. It's just like saying, you can have Jake that came up from the islands, and now he's been in America for a period of time, so he's like, oh, I'm Americanized. So now he's in that Americanized mindset, that American way of living, following the ways of the Americans. But the Lord was telling his prophets, don't go into the city of Samaria. Why? Because it was heathens in that city. Once upon a time, Jake did dwell there, but they got removed from there, and then the heathens went into that land and started following the customs. But the Lord Yahushua knew that. So that's why he told his men, don't go to Samaria, man. Because our people no longer dwell there. There's nothing but heathens in that place. Read it again real quick,
Yep. This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 5. It says, these 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
So we are considered lost sheep. Why? Because Yahushua is our shepherd. We are of his flock, right? It's the shepherd's duty to protect the flock. So when the sheep was lost, the sheep no longer know its owner. The sheep no longer know its master. So Yahushua is saying, go to my lost sheep, the ones who don't know who the hell they are, man. Because the scriptures goes into saying, Israel know not his master, right? So this word is to be preached for the ears of the elect who are in that Gentile state of mind, to be reawoken, right? And at the same time, this word that's being preached out, right? We are also preaching the downfall of this wicked kingdom. So we killing multiple birds with one stone. The elect is getting reawoken, right? We're preaching the destruction of a kingdom that's coming to an end, right? Because at the end of the day, we are sent out here to fulfill the Lord's will. And part of his will is to what, man? Preach his word and wake up the elect, because everybody ain't gonna understand this truth. It's not meant for everybody, man. Go ahead.
Just quoted it. Isaiah chapter 1 verse 3. It says, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doeth not know, my people do it not consider.
Yeah, and the ox and the ass are commonly known as very stubborn, somewhat, foolish animal. So the Lord is saying you have these two stubborn ass animals who know their master, know their owner, know their home, and Israel, my people, 2/3 of y'all don't know. 2/3 of those people do not acknowledge Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And the difference between the 2/3 and the elect that hasn't been reawoken is that the elect is going to hear this word and be like, oh shit, now I remember my master. Now I remember my home. Now I remember who I'm supposed to serve. Now I remember the names. I believe in the names Yahweh Yahushua. Now I'm going to start repenting. You understand?
Yep. A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity.
Yeah, Israel is a sinful nation, man. Because Israel wants to, 2/3 of our people want to worship everything under the sun, but the Heavenly Father and the Son himself, man. Israel wants to partake in nothing but madness, man. Right? Israel's more focused on keeping Esau's laws, which is millions of fucking laws, man. Esau has millions of laws. And Jake more focused on how can I keep Esau's laws, but the Lord has 613 laws, and in this current state, we're not even required to keep all 613 laws because it's impossible, man. And the Lord knows that because we're in captivity. But at the end of the day, just because you can't keep all 613 laws, should that stop you from rehearsing the ones you can in truth and sincerity? No, man. Because faith and works go hand in hand, right? We rehearse the laws to show our faith. And to show our faith, we rehearse the laws, man.
Yep. It says a simple nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers.
Yeah, a seed of evildoers, these damn cockroach niggas, man. It's hot out here, man. And what that wicked nigga 50 said, in the hood, summertime, it's the killing season. It's hot out this bitch. It's a good enough reason. So these niggas is hugging the block even worse, man. Even worse. A bunch of degenerates, man. There'll be times I'm riding around with my son, either I'm coming home, passing through somewhere, going somewhere, and I tell him, listen, man, if I ever catch you on any of these corners, I'm kicking your ass. Because I'm not raising you like this. My parents didn't raise you like this. We don't sit on no fucking street corners. Just sitting there. You got these niggas that'll wake up. They will wake up like 6:37 in the morning just to go sit on a block. Sit in front of the store.
You say rise and shine.
I got something for you. This is Isaiah 51:20. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets.
Yeah, man. Just out here being niggas on every corner, chilling on the block. They got chairs sitting outside on the block, smoking, gambling, right? Fucking barbecuing on the block. Like literally on the block, just blocking everything, man. Just being niggas, man. Blasting music, fighting, just be involved in nothing but pure niggatry, man. And just like how we gotta spray them roaches with that raid, the Lord gonna spray y'all niggas with those missiles, man.
All right, Isaiah 51:20. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets. As a wild bull in a net, they are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy power.
Yeah, man, they don't acknowledge Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Right? Like wild bulls. They just everywhere, man. Just untamed, man. They lack complete wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
What's he reading?
Just being utterly niggas, man. Okay? They don't try to serve the Lord, man. They try to what? They still following on that YOLO life set.
Back in Isaiah 1 and 4, it says, children that are corrupters, they have forsaken the Lord, they have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger, they are gone backwards. And that's what it is, man. All right? The vast majority of people, man, they completely forsaken the Lord, man. All right? They do their own thing. All right? You can't push no these scriptures to the vast majority of these people, man. They hear the word, but guess what? They ain't going to obey the word, man. All right? They love living in this world. They love the recklessness and the wickedness that the so-called white man pushes, man. All right? You know, you bring up the scriptures, and they're going to tell you things like, oh, you're a Bible thumper and all these type of things. And it ain't really, you know, it's not about being a Bible thumper. All right? But we're in the children of the Lord, man. So we have rules and regulations that we, you know, have to follow. All right? All right? So because of that, it says what? They have provoked the Holy One unto Israel unto anger. Right? And that's why we fucked up. All right? That's why we going through all these curses. That's why you can't, quote unquote, succeed in this life, man. All right? You know? That's why you live in the worst conditions. First, last hired, first fired. You think you might be getting somewhere in life and it comes all crashing down. Right? You're living under the rule of the basis of men. Right? You might get, hey, Edomite, and you might get the same charge, and guess what, man? You getting put underneath the jail, man. You know what I'm saying? All right? And why is all of that? All right? Our people have forsaken, all right, Yahweh Shai. Right? It says they have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backwards. All right? And the ways of this world, if you say something that's according to the scriptures, they say, oh, that was back in the day. That was the old way. They want to do things. They want to do things according to this way. They call it so-called progressive, man. That's why you have what? The woman, she's gone. She's completely out of order. All right. Once she's gone, the family structure is gone. Right? A bunch of fucking YNs, tall, strong-ass, emotional-ass niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? Right? They can't control their emotions. Right? Doing a bunch of drugs or a bunch of bullshit. And why is that, man? All right? Because we went against our power. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Bring that one up for me, bro?
Got you. This is Isaiah 42 and 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
Yeah, man, it's a people robbed and spoiled, right? How are we robbed and spoiled, man? Robbed of our identity, right? Robbed of our wealth, right? Robbed of the knowledge of knowing our power, man. Right? Spoiled, man. They don't took every damn thing, man. And when we had nothing left, to take, they still took, man. Right? Esau, the so-called white man, our enemy. Keep going.
Yeah. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes.
Yeah, man. All of them snared in holes, man. We are set up for failure, man. Right? Jake is set up for failure in the society, man.
And them religious institutions.
Yeah, yeah. You know? What they do is to try to help keep pacifying Jake, right? They'll get a sellout, you know, put him in charge and say, hey, if you preach bullshit to your people, we're gonna make sure we take care of you, but you gotta keep preaching bullshit to them, man, to keep them docile, man.
And they are hid in prison houses.
Yeah, they're hid in prison houses, man. Who is the #1 nation that's incarcerated over here in Babylon and in other countries, man? Jake, the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American men and women.
I'm glad you said that. America's a great prison house, and then the penitentiaries. I'm gonna get to a point. You see how they got the drill music and all that, to have these youngins doing these crimes, so then they could put them inside of these penitentiaries for life, because you know, Texas and Florida, they not fucking around. Kentucky, you know, they what the dude said with the Julio killers, we can use them as sweat equity. So basically, they're gonna be slaving for the rest of their life without no pay, and basically building up the prison industrial complex. Sweat equity. Regular sweat equity is you putting all your sweat into your business, but they're the laborers that's gonna be slaving. He said we need them for sweat equity because our prison population is aging out. You know what I mean? So we in these prison houses, man.
Yeah, and then the fact that, you know, the other brother was going into it, the music industry, man. The music industry fucked Jake up, man. You know? It's some new song that's popular called Spend That, which is basically promoting, you know, scammers, drug dealers, just degenerate niggas that's committing crime to get funds. And you got these women that's attracted to that because these men is just getting money and spending it. You had some dumbass nigga woman, her mother and her daughter, committed burglary. They robbed some products, and then those two dumbass whores went online, posted the stuff they robbed while playing the song Spend That, and then their dumbass got caught.
They are for a prey. They are for a prey.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read that again then. But this is Isaiah 42 and 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey.
Yeah, man. Esau looks at Jake as a prey, something he can just conquer and take whenever he pleases, man. And that's what he's been doing, man. Why? Because the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, allows it, man. The Lord allows it, man. Why? Because his people, right, did not want to listen. The Lord's people kept giving the Lord the middle finger until the Lord gave a bigger one back, man.
That's right. I need your help. Your help, Alkim. Isn't a lot of these music execs, the small hats behind the scene, don't they have stock in the prison penitentiary?
Yeah. They make money off of prison.
All right.
They make money off of prison.
All right.
$35,000 a year, lifetime is $1 million.
Yeah. Yeah, wait, that's and why do you think they're constantly building up all these new prisons, man? They make money off of it, man.
All right. And none delivereth for a spoil, and none delivereth for a spoil, and none saith restore.
Yeah, man, because you got Jake. You know, Jake will turn to anything and anyone but Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Jake get locked up like he want to be a Muslim. Like he want to, all of a sudden he don't follow Allah, and now he don't want to eat pork, right? Jake want to turn to everything but the Lord that put him in that position, man. Like, it really, really hit me when I first came in and I was reading, Exodus, man. When Israel was getting delivered, as I'm reading, I'm like, wow, like the Lord is with them. The Lord the part of the sea, the chariots are there. Cause I remember growing up, it's an animated movie called it's called The Prince of Egypt. And the Prince of Egypt, the Israelites were dark skinned. They were all dark skinned. And this is a movie that came out in like the 90s. You know, so it's an animated, cartoon movie. You watching it, and you don't really know what's going on, but you're like, damn, like they got delivered, their power was with them. Fast forward now in the years, I'm reading the scriptures, and I'm like, yo, this is similar to like what I seen. And then I'm trying to ask myself, because a question I always had in the world is like, damn, like if the Lord is with us, then why did he do this to all these people? If the Lord is really with us, like I kept asking why, like why? You know? So I want, right? And I'm getting frustrated and angry, like, because I couldn't understand if people are saying, oh, we are the Lord's people, then why are we in this condition? It wasn't until I was reading Exodus when they got delivered. What's the first thing Jake did when they got delivered? Build a golden calf to worship it. And it's like a light bulb went off in my head, and I was like, now it makes sense. Now I understand why the Lord is jacking Jake up, because every time the Lord delivers them, they go worship another idol. So I'm like, y'all niggas deserve all this shit, man. Y'all deserve the condition that you're in, man. So all my whys got answered. The scripture says, blessed he that read it. And the Lord blessed me with the wisdom and understanding for me to stop asking why, to understand why his people, right, from Judah on down to Issachar, are in the predicament that we are currently in this very moment, man. And it makes sense.
This is Ephesians 2 and 11. Wherefore remember that ye being in time past Let me read that again. Wherefore remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called a circumcision in the flesh made by hands. That's right. We was once past Gentiles in the flesh. We was going off. We was like the heathens. All right. So that's why when they talk about Jews and the Gentiles, we were once living in a Gentile state of mind. We wasn't keeping the customs of the law, statutes, and commandments of the scriptures. So we're following the heathens. All right. And now we're supposed to be back in a circumcision spiritually and physically, but spiritually, because we was uncircumcised, man. So now the Lord is waking us back up now. So that's why the churches and the people get confused when it talks about certain scriptures, Jews and Gentiles, and they get into conflict, and they believe that all nations could be saved. Stumbling blocks.
Yeah, man.
Bring it out.
Ephesians chapter 2, verse 1. And you have he quickened who were dead in trespasses and sins.
Yeah, because the Lord, did it again, bro?
Ephesians 2:1. And you have he quickened who were dead in trespasses and sins.
Yeah, so the Lord put the spirit back on his men, to put it back in remembrance to understand the scriptures, so they can come out and preach his word, man. Right? Because because to be quickened it is basically like the Lord just put that spirit on you, like, oh shit. Like now you remember. So
To wake up.
yeah, you know, so everything is coming back like, okay, so this isn't something new, because reincarnation is real. Right? This is, the Lord had just took that memory from us, and now we're in a time where the Lord's like, now I gotta put that spirit back in my man to preach the gospel, because prophecy has to happen, right? Yahweh Shai has to come back and deliver the elect and destroy this kingdom. But before that happens, the Lord's prophets have to preach, right? Have to preach and prophesy, man. And you can't preach and prophesy if the Lord don't have the spirit on you. You know, so even though you have some of the elect men that went off, hey, the Lord forgave them because of Yahweh Shai's sacrifice. When Yahweh Shai was on that cross, he prayed, man. He prayed to the Heavenly Father to forgive them, because they know because they don't understand what they're doing. You had elect men at that time when Yahweh Shai was crucified, man, and the Lord had to pray. Yahweh Shai had to pray for their sins to be forgiven, man.
Quick precept.
Going on?
Quick precept. Okay, just back up the verse you pulled out. Proverbs 21:16 says, "The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead."
Yeah, man. And that's one of the worst places you don't want to be, because when you come in this truth, like I was watching the Apostle Gabal's video earlier today, and he was going into the power of prayer, man. You know, how the essentials and how important it is to pray, man. Because it's nothing but, once you leave your home, it's nothing but wicked spirits out there, man. Right? Brothers deal with evil spirits daily, whether you on the job, you may be in the gym, you stepping outside to go to the store. It's spirits out there. And if you're not praying to Yahweh, for protection, hey, you could, like the scripture said, man, enter into the congregation of the dead, because now you're not moving with wisdom. Now you're reacting emotional like a nigga, and you're not moving according to the scriptures that the Lord is telling you to live by.
If I make a quick point also, when we speak about the congregation of the dead, you know, because spiritually our people is dead, you know, because they don't have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, you know. So when the Lord came to them, or when you was reading about, what was that, Paul spoke to them, you know, the Israelite foreigners, which were called Gentiles at that time, the spirit came on them, you know, they believed. You had Israelites that believed, that came out of that Gentile state, because our people is in a Gentile state today. They live according to America. What they want to do, eat pork chops. They want to celebrate every American so-called holiday. That's because they're American Gentiles.
Like today.
Like today, you know, like during ancient times. But now, you walk by or you see this thing on the web, and you wake up through the Spirit. You're quickened. You come into the truth. Oh, what's the name of the Lord? Oh, I gotta get circumcised. I gotta stop eating pork. A nigga don't wanna stop doing those things. A nigga don't wanna serve Yahweh Shah because he rather eat pork. It's the same thing back then.
Yeah, you just said that, Salakia. I had somebody literally tell me that exact same thing. He said, yo, you an Israelite? I said, yeah, bro, I'm an Israelite. He started chopping up. He said, yeah, I can do everything, but I can't stop eating pork. I said, bro, the conversation was over after that.
Demon.
I hear you and everything, but come on, bro.
That's a demon. That's a demon. You can't stop eating pork.
And that go back to captivity. That go back to captivity. That's why they fed us when we was in captivity.
Hey, the scripture says, cast not thy pearls onto swine. You know, because a lot of times when brothers is like preaching, 2/3 of our people get offended. Fuck you mean I can't commit adultery? What? I can't eat this. I can't eat that. You be like, damn, is it that deep?
Right.
You know?
I got a quick one. I have to go back to reading. Galatians 4:16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?
Yeah, man. Are we your enemies because we tell you the truth? You got too much people caught up under either it's the delivery, or they just don't want to accept the message. But why you gotta yell? Why can't you use your inside voice? Or why can't you say this a different way? And I try to tell people, if you're taking an exam, right, and you need the answers, and if you don't pass this exam, you're failing, you're done, you're dead. And I say, the answer is F and A. You gonna bubble in the answer, or you gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna,
You know, fucking A.
Yeah, you just see, like you.
In other words, the answer is A, but they're offended how you brought it.
How you brought it,
Yeah.
yeah.
Told them that. Whether it's A or it's fucking A, the answer is still A. It's still A.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, man. You know, and then it's the fact that when we're preaching, we preach against this society. And 2/3 of our people, they don't like that because they're for this society. So if we're not preaching unto their likening, now we're the enemies. So we're the enemies because we tell them the truth. Even if we're speaking in a calm manner, say, hey, listen, you have to follow a dietary law. You can't commit adultery. If you can grow a beard, grow your beard. You don't got to get lined up, right? Just little things. Man, I got to get lined up for the bitches. Ah, you crazy? I ain't trying to look at no bum. And this is like, when you in the truth, you understand, man. Like, if the Lord put the spirit on that woman that wants you, that's it. You're good. You're
Check
good.
this out real quick. You could have expensive gear on, right? But
Still
have a beard, but, you know, not shaped up. And these women will look at you crazy.
Yeah.
You got expensive shoes on, expensive clothes on, and just because you're not shaped up the way they want it, they're looking at you like, okay. You know how many women that told me that if you shape your beard up, I'll date you? I said, okay, well, I guess we're not going to be dating because I'm not going to shape my beard. Accept me how I am, or I accept you how you are. You kind of chubby. Excuse me? You kind of chubby. You chubby. And when them clothes come off, I'm gonna have to lift that stomach up. She was like, excuse me? I said, I'm telling you the truth, it's facts. But you telling me that you're not gonna accept me for having a beard that's not lined up.
Yeah.
But you want me to accept you for having a chubby belly, and I gotta lift that shit up to get to the pussy.
I got something real quick. So the scriptures that said, tell them the truth. They're gonna become your enemy, right? Sirach 6:1. Instead of a friend, become not an enemy.
Right?
So you gotta think about that, right? You don't gotta be friends with these people in the world. And you don't gotta tell them the truth. So, because what? More than likely, if you tell these people in the world what you're about,
Hey, bro.
you're gonna make an enemy, man.
Better believe it.
So, a rookie mistake, I would say.
Yeah, you right back.
Most of us, yeah, the word, right?
Yeah, pick some shit up, bro.
Yeah, me too. It's time and a half. A rookie mistake is you come in, you want to tell everybody about what you're into because you're very zealous.
Yeah.
You want to prove yourself as a teacher. Lord, to see I'm doing this for you, that for you. But then you understand that,
Not for everybody.
yeah, you're going to burn a lot of bridges. You're going to create unnecessary conflicts in your life. Problems. Where it is better now, you understand, hey, you know what? I'm going to be very selective in who I teach and tell what I'm about. Most importantly, I'm going to do most of my teaching on the highways and byways and internet highways and byways.
Quick percent. That's not the point. This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 9. It says that this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits.
They don't want to hear the truth.
Right.
It links up perfectly. You know, because you tell them the truth. You see, this truth is like a bitter herb. You know what I'm saying? Because it tastes like bitter.
It's hard to
At first.
digest. It's hard to digest.
It's hard to digest, but in the long term, it's beneficial for you. But Jake is like, I don't want to do no.
Like the
horseradish.
neem leaf. You put in neem.
Oh, okay.
Neem leaf with some sour salt.
Sour salt.
Think
leaf,
about it,
yeah.
they call aloe vera.
Neem,
Right.
aloe
Right.
vera.
Oh my
Pull that
God.
together, bro. You got a
See,
concoction.
Jake don't know about that.
Right,
That shit will flush your whole system out. Get all the
Hell
bitters,
yeah.
get everything out.
Yeah.
But they don't want to deal with that. You know what I'm saying?
It's just
Jake-
bitter.
Yeah, you got a sweet flavor of that? No. It's only with the herb.
No honey, no sugar.
Yeah,
bitter.
exactly. You can't down. So that's exactly how this world is. Most people in this world, I'm not trying to take no bitter herb, man. They rather stay fucked up.
Right, so
You got what?
real quick, we're gonna go into prophecy because we see what's happening over in Israel. Israel has become America's enemy because of the fact that Israel was always America's enemy. You go back to 1967 with the Gulf of Tonkin incident, how they created that false flag to get America into that Vietnam War.
Want anything? Ice cup, anything?
I'm good.
Ice cup?
So when you look at it, on this day age we living in now, you have Israel. They sabotaged the deal that Iran and the United States government made because they want this war to escalate. Because they are what you call bloodthirsty, and they're the worst of the heathen. So we're gonna go to Isaiah 34th chapter. Somebody get Isaiah 30. Somebody get Joel chapter 2 and verse 3. So 2, and then the second chapter and the third chapter. We're gonna start with the second chapter, but we're gonna get both chapters, all right? So we're gonna start at 1, yeah.
Yep. This is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 1.
Because this is a very heavy prophecy that has not yet come to pass, but it's gonna come to pass. Yeah, bring it out.
It says, come near, ye nations, to hear.
And all these nations can hear what we saying in their perspective language, because when you go to YouTube, you could take what we saying out of English and put it into Cantonese, put it into Norwegian, put it into the different Hamite languages. You could put it into Cantonese. You could put it to Moab, to Ammonite languages. You could put it into Arabic, and everybody will hear the prophecies that's coming down the pipe by the prophets of the Lord of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi on down to Issachar, man. Yeah, bro.
Yep. It says, and hearken ye people, let the earth hear, and all that is therein.
Let the earth hear, and all that's therein. All the peoples of the earth, man, is hearing these prophecies, man. Whether they will hear, whether they will forbear, but so to Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. That's on you. But we telling you what's coming down the pipe, whether you will hear or forbear, because guess what? We don't want your blood, your wicked ass heathenistic blood on our hands. And you 2/3 is likened unto the heathens, man. Yeah, bro.
Yep. It says, the world and all things that come forth of it, for the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations.
The righteous anger of the Lord Yahweh, why Yahweh shines upon all these nations, man. And they're going to feel the wrath of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, man, in due time, man. You better believe that shit, man. Yeah, bro.
Yep. It says, and his fury upon all their armies.
And it's fury upon all their armies. What's the Most High's fury upon the armies of these different nations? Thermal nuclear destruction and concentrated fire from these chariots when Yahweh Shah cracked them skies, man. You better believe it, man.
Sure.
Yeah.
It says, he had utterly destroyed them, he had delivered them to the slaughter.
Because what's happening is, we just playing out the prophecies, but everything, America has been destroyed already. America has been destroyed. We're in a different dimension now. In the fourth dimension, America is destroyed. We just playing out the prophecies, because this is the Most High's movie. That's why it says he have utterly destroyed them. It didn't say he will utterly destroy. He said he has utterly. Read it again.
Yep.
He has utterly destroyed them, meaning it happened. It took place already.
It says, for the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations.
And that word indignation means righteous anger. Yeah, bro.
And his fury upon all their armies.
And his fury upon all their armies. What's the Most High's fury? Concentrated fire from them chariots and double nuclear destruction when from the Simeon great nations. Pursuant to Jeremiah 50, verse 9 to 12. Yeah, bro.
Yep. He had utterly destroyed them. He had delivered them to the slaughter.
He had utterly destroyed them. He had delivered them to the slaughter. That's something that has taken place already. So we're just playing out the movie that the Most High have, because he got two casts of characters: the bad guy, which is Esau, and the good guy, which is Jacob. And all the rest of the nations, which are these, jump-ins, so to speak. Yeah, brother.
Yep. It says, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountain shall be melted with their blood.
All the governments of these different nations, all their armies, is going to be like dung in the streets, man. They're going to be cast out. All these different nations, all their armies, from Moab, Ammon, Ham, Ishmael, the Elamites, the Russians, which are the Edomite counterparts of the United States Edomites. Then you got the worst of the heathen, which is Amalek.
Oh yeah.
They're all gonna be cast out like dung, man. Yeah, bro.
Yep. It says, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, as a falling fig from the fig tree.
So we're gonna break them. So we're gonna bring that back up to the top and read it for you. That all the hosts of bring it back up to the left over. It says.
So I'm reading from 3.
Yeah, come. Read it again.
All right, all right.
Sure.
Isaiah 34 verse 3, it says, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses.
Multiple dead bodies from different nations in the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, which is the valley of Jehoshaphat. All these nations are going to be dissolved. All these nations' armies are going to be dissolved, man. Broken down. Yeah, bro.
Yep. It says, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood.
And the governments, these different mountains represent governments, shall be melted with their blood. Because all these different nations that come up against Yahweh Shah, they're going to be put down, put to death, dissolved through nuclear destruction and concentrated fire from them chariots. And they tell you in Jeremiah 51 that thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. I think it's Jeremiah 51 and 20. Who's the battle axe and weapons of war is the Most High? The Israelites, man, his people. Yeah, bro.
Yep. Back to the hosts of heaven.
Yeah.
Right, it says, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as a leaf falleth off from the vine.
That's just thermonuclear destruction.
Right.
From that assembly of great nations. That mushroom cloud is a nuclear cloud, you know what I mean? That's going to be detonated from all these different nations that come up against America and the worst of the heathen, which is going to draw America out. You got to understand something, man. This is prophecy, and this is yet to come to pass. But it's going to come to pass. We see it building. We see it building up. We see the prophecies building up, but nobody is taking it to heart because nobody is dealing with prophecy. But Great Millstone, man. We the major camp that celebrate the apostles to haul on down that deal with prophecy, man. And we telling you what's coming down the pipe. You don't see what's happening in Ukraine, you don't see what's happening because America got their hand in helping Ukraine. But they don't want Russia helping Iran. It's not that hypocrisy. That's going to be dealt with, man. Because Russia, and the reason why, me speaking as a man, the reason why Russia is hated by Esau and they Edomites too, because they know that Ra'ashah was a Hebrew word, and Israelites founded Russia. So a lot of them Russians are Israelites. So that's why Russia is hated. My opinion, speaking humbly as a man. Ra'ashah is Russian. It's a Hebrew word, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. And a lot of them people over there, them Ukrainians, a lot of them are Jake. They look like Edomites though, but they Jake. So we get to this. Let's get back to the
quick
problem.
precept?
Yeah, bring it out. Yeah.
Isaiah 55:11. So shall my words be that go forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please.
So what the Most High is doing is, he's putting his words in the mouth of his prophets, and this word is going out throughout the internet, man. Which is the unicorn that's carrying the heavy weight. We ain't gotta travel to Jamaica. We ain't gotta travel to Russia. We ain't gotta travel to Nigeria, because the internet is doing the heavy lifting. So we letting you know, man, that this word is going out through the unicorn. The word of the Most High is not gonna go out void, man. It's gonna accomplish what the Most High sent it to do, to gather his elect. That's it. Yeah, bro.
It says, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it.
That's right. The Most High is going to allow this word to prosper into the men that he want to gather, which is his elect. Now, every man's going to hear this word and receive it. Some going to reject it. Some going to receive it for a period of time and then fall off. You got to understand something, man. Yahweh Shai spoke of the parable of the word receiving, people receiving the word, some from on stony ground, some fell by the wayside, roughly paraphrasing it. And that's the same thing that's happening right now in this scripture right here, man. Yeah, bro.
That was it.
You got
So
more?
back in Isaiah 34, verse 5, it says, "For my sword shall be baited in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea."
So it says the Most High said his sword should be bathed in heaven. That word heaven means rulership, the rulership of Edomites. The Lord said, my sword should be bathed in heaven. The heaven or the rulership of the Edomites, man. That's ruling this kingdom right now, man. This is the empire of Esau. It shall come down upon Idumea, which is the Greek word for saying Esau or Edom. Yeah, bro.
Yep. It says, "And upon the people of my curse."
And upon the people of the Most High's curse. Who's the people of the Most High's curse? Who was cursed with leprosy? Esau, Cain is your forefather, man. Because he was cursed with leprosy, and you came back in a reincarnation. Instead of being called Cain, you was called Esau through sexual intercourse by Isaac and Rebekah. Yeah, bro.
Yep. "And upon the people of my curse to judgment."
The people of the Most High's curse is Esau, the so-called white man, to judgment. What's your judgment? Thermonuclear destruction and concentrated fire from them chariots, man. You're not going to survive this upcoming destruction that's going to come upon you, man. That's your ass. You're going to be Obadiah 1:18, man. Why? Because what you did, Obadiah chapter 1, verse 10, the violence against our brother Jacob, man. You're going to pay for that shit. Buck breaking, devil's punch bowl, derby's dose, hit the nigga baby, where they had carnivals where you had a little girl with her face in a little hole, and Edomites taking baseballs and tossing at the baby face and busting that shit up. You gonna pay for that shit. You don't think you gonna pay for that shit, you motherfucker? Rosewood. You don't think you're gonna pay?
Didn't they do that thing like they had like an illness?
Huh?
They had like an illness in their feet. I mean, the illness in their
Yeah,
body.
and then they would have they would have a Jake baby, whether it's a female or a male, lay on their feet that had the helmet, because they knew that Jake had, you know, special, you know,
Properties.
Powers or
so they would do that, man.
So basically, it'd be like a human stool,
Con.
and the sick Edomite slave owner just rests his feet on you, and the thought processes that will come off his body into the.
Like a scapegoat. So whatever element that was on Esau, he took it as, if I didn't have this Jake lay on me, he gave me his power, and, you know, it would go into him and heal me. And I would take his powers.
And it's true to that, because there's a Jamaican remedy, put the onions under your feet,
With socks on.
with socks on, and all that shit will go into the onions.
Con. I did that before, so I know it works, bro. It works, bro. You know, I know it works.
And you can also use onions to like clean up a dirty grill.
And also, you could take whole garlic cloves, and eat this shit, and that cleans your arteries, boosts your immune system. You just gotta. I take it every day, 1 clove a day, or 2 cloves a day. 1 in the morning on an empty stomach, and 1 before you go to bed, and that cleans your system, man. You know. You gotta understand that I got to spoke to health remedies, herbal remedies of ancient remedies. You know what I mean? So
Everything your body needs is in the herb.
yeah, con.
And everything your body needs, like this, even the shit that when you go to like these pharmacies or what have you, it's just synthetic versions of things that's in the herb. They'll use like garlic extract or whatever, it's synthesized stuff of what you can find in the herb that actually is.
You can use fermented garlic. It's called black garlic because it's fermented so it turns dark. Man, you ferment that garlic. Right now I got garlic in a cool, dry place in my house, right? In a jar. It's being fermented. And I see that every day I look at it, it's been there for 3 months and it's turning dark. So I'm gonna be able to use that as a medicine. I'm gonna put some Manuka honey on that and everything gonna be all right. But we're gonna get back to the scriptures, yeah.
Yep.
I got a precept if you don't mind.
Come, bring it out. Bring it out, yeah, bring it out. You want it out? Yeah.
This is Joel 2. This is Joel 2 verse 3.
Because this was happening, this was going to happen, another future prophecy for Esau. And it lines up exactly with Isaiah the 34th chapter. Before you get there real quick, I want to bring out gloominess and darkness. You know what I mean? So you can bring that up right here too. That's right, no, that's in Isaiah 2. Isaiah 34.
All right, back in Isaiah 34, it says, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with the fatness and the blood of lambs and goats. It says, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness and with blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord had a sacrifice in Bozrah.
Which is a metaphor for the kidneys and the rams and the goats. Is a metaphor for the people and the elements that's in America. The Apostle Paul brought that out, that America is a great big altar. America is a great big altar, and all the people, all the animals, and all the elements is the sacrifice. And that's what's going to happen, man. The only ones that's going to make it out of here are the elect. That's it, man. Bottom line. So you got more? Okay, so keep on going. Then we're going to switch it.
You want that precept real quick? Or you
So the fatness of the rams, yeah, bring that up, brother.
Jeremiah 50:45, it says, therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord Yahweh, that he has taken against Babylon, and his purpose that he has proposed against the land of the Chaldeans.
The Chaldeans is another word for America. The ancient Chaldeans was the magicians and the magistrates of the Babylonian Empire. Now the modern day Chaldeans are the Council of 13. John Todd brought that out, and they whacked them out for that. Yeah, bro.
It says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out.
Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Who's the least of the flock? The worst of the heathen. Them Israelis over there, them gutter rats over there, man. They're the worst of the heathen, man. The whole world hates, it's coming out that the whole world hates them goddamn gutter rats over there, what they doing. The whole world. And they flip it on America. But what's going to happen is America's going to still support them because the Israeli lobby is weighing heavy upon American, the Senate and Congress, because they got billionaire lobbyists that's paying and funding for these senators to be reelected and these congressmen to be reelected. So they got a heavy influence in America. So that's going to keep America in that float to defend Israel. And they both going to be destroyed. Because all the world looking at Israel like they fucking pieces of shit. Yeah, brother.
I wanted to add too, that's why these gutter rats go so hard trying to basically, because this is why like America been passing all these different laws so that the people can't speak the truth of what these rats are doing. And then now they passed a new law over there in Canada, I think
and in Great Britain about free speech.
It's the C9 bill, right?
Yeah.
So eventually it's gonna come to America, man, to where we're no longer allowed to speak against them, man.
Because you got these college students in America speaking against the Israeli government, so they got the lobby in America that's powerful. And you had a diplomat that went to Great Britain and got arrested because he was speaking against, the Israeli lobby and how they have great influence on America and America's politicians. So you got to understand something, man. America is being controlled by Israel. America's Israel's bitch. Donald Trump is Netanyahu's bitch. And they being controlled by the lobby that's funding the multi-billionaires, that's funding the politicians' pockets, man, to keep them reelected. Because they puppets, yeah, bro.
It says, surely shall make their habitations desolate with them.
Surely it's going to make the habitation of America and its allies desolate with them. Because they're going to shoot missiles off on America and on Israel. Only thing about it is America's going to be a total desolate wilderness, but Israel's going to be built back up. Once Yahweh and once Yahweh crack them skies and New Jerusalem come down, which is the elect of the nation of Israel coming down to take over the earth and to whoop everybody into shape and get them in order. That's what's going to happen, man. That's what's going to take place, man.
That fire is a cleansing agent.
And that fire is going to be a cleansing agent to cleanse everything that has been happening in this world, man. All the GMOs, the entrails, everything that Esau's been pushing.
Garbage island that they have.
Yeah, you got a goddamn island filled with number of plastic, man. Who does that, man? Destroy him that destroyed the earth, man. Who destroying the earth right now? Esau, the so-called white man. You got a lot to pay for, bitch. You gonna pay, man. You gonna pay dearly. You gonna pay with your life, with your fucking life. I want you in slavery, not 1,000 years, for 2,000 years. I want you in slavery for damn near 3,000 years, man. Then you gonna pay Obadiah 1:18, being eviscerated. How you like that, you wreck bitch? How you like that?
Things might go so slow, might feel like 10,000.
Yeah, you like bonfires, right? In the 1800s, you like to make bonfires and crosses with fire, burning on people's lawn, right? Terrifying people, right? We're gonna do the same thing back to you. I remember I thought when I was young, and I was a young man, I was like about 15, and I was watching a slave movie, and Esau kicked in Jake's door, took his wife, ravished his daughter, and he just got hung up on a pole with no resistance. I'm saying to myself, I know I'm going to die, so I'm going to go out. They kicked in my door, I know I'm going to die. They came in to fucking destroy my family. I'm not going to let them rape my woman, rape my daughter, and then hang me up on a pole and I don't do nothing. Nah, I'm going out. In the 1800s, men was allowed to have guns. Man, listen, I'm going to blast. Even though I'm going out, I'm going out a blaze of glory. I'm not going to let you fucking do me dirty, do me vicious. rape my woman and rape my daughter in front of me, I'm just gonna take that shit. I gotta love my neighbor. I gotta love my enemy. Turn the other cheek. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you sick? Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's how much of a low state we've been put in through Esau constantly busting our ass, man. Demoralizing the man.
Come on.
Yeah.
You a man, or you gonna allow Esau to do that to you in front of your face? Ravish your woman, ravish your daughter, then string you up on a pole.
Yeah,
You gonna let that happen, or you gonna go out like a man? You gonna die anyway. They're gonna string you up anyway. You might as well go out. You might as well go out riddled with bullets. Then get hung on the tree, and watch a woman get ravished in front of you while she looking at you asking for help. When you can't help her, you ain't no power in your goddamn hand. That shit gets you fucking mad, man. Yeah, bro.
Give them scriptures.
Bring the script out, bro.
Ezekiel's 35. Y'all see?
So bring this out.
Bring it up.
What you got right there? What you got? Ezekiel 35.
Ezekiel 35 and 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword.
That perpetual hatred go back to then the time of the Babylonians, when the Babylonians was taking us over. Then it goes back to then the time of the Medo-Persian Empire with Haman. Then from there, it goes back to the Greeks and the Romans. Up into the Renaissance period, man. Yeah, brother.
It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
When the Most High was putting a foot in our ass, you helped further the affliction, man. And you're going to pay for that shit. You think you're going to escape? You think because you haven't been judged up until now, that the Most High is looking at you like as if you one of his? No. The Most High hates you. And the Most High going to fuck you up. And how he going to fuck you up? Through the hands of his men. And tell you that in Jeremiah 51. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. The Most High going to use his men to fuck you up. You understand? Are you comprehending? Yeah, brother.
Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee.
The Most High going to bring you to a slaughter. The Most High going to prepare. Read it again, Baba Kashan.
It says, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee.
Why blood going to pursue you? Because, what is it, Numbers 35 verse 33? So shall the Lord, the land should not be polluted. Because, roughly paraphrasing it, because when you pollute the land with blood, the blood going to be, the only way the land's going to be cleansed is by the blood of the man that shedded the blood. If I'm saying it correctly. Somebody can get that real quick? Baba Kashan? Numbers 33 verse 35, or 35 verse 33, I think it's 33 verse 35.
It says, see if thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Because Esau is a bloodthirsty man. Going back to his forefather Cain, man. He was a bloodthirsty man. He still is a bloodthirsty man. Look what he's doing over there in the Gaza Strip. He's a bloodthirsty man. He loved committing bloodthirsty, wicked killings, man. Women, children, it doesn't matter, old, young. He's been doing that for centuries, man. Since he came back at the power. Even before that, he was doing that in the time of the Greeks. This dude got a fucking history of committing all kind of wicked, lewd acts, man. Homosexuality, bloodthirstiness, robbery, rape, murder, taking over lands. You got a lot to pay for, you fucking bitch. Shit get you mad, man. Yeah, bro.
This is Numbers chapter 35, verse 33. It says, so ye shall not pollute the land which shall... I'm gonna read it again. It says, Numbers chapter 35, verse 33. It says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are.
How the land was polluted? Because Esau came over here and shed the blood of the Native Americans through the Trail of Tears, you know, and the Indian Removal Act with the Indian killer, aka Andrew Jackson, was on your $20 bill. You got a lot to pay for. Then, not only that, after you did that to the Native Americans, you brought over Judah, Benjamin, and Levi and enslaved them. cut up their ears, their body parts, make belts out of their skin, make shoes out of their skin. You don't think you gonna pay for this shit, you rat bitch? Huh? Yeah, brother.
Yep. For blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
You shed a lot of blood in this land, Esau, so-called white man. But guess what? The only way this land is going to be cleansed is by your blood, which is going to come by the form of thermonuclear destruction and concentrated fire from them chapters. Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 14 on down, man. You're going to pay. You're not going to escape. We didn't escape. No one escapes unpunished, man. You understand? Are you comprehending? Yeah, brother.
That was it on that.
That's fucking devils, bro. Go back to Isaiah 34. Matter of fact, get that out, man. I've been holding that for a while, man.
This is Joel 2, verse 3. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth.
Because what's happening is in this right hand prophecy, that fire that's go before them is them nuclear missiles being propelled by that fire. Yeah, bro.
It says the land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness.
Because before them missiles hit, you got certain parts of America like Maine, Vermont, Nebraska, with beautiful acres of land, man. Cows. You ever seen Nebraska or Maine or Vermont? It's beautiful, man. Acres and acres of vegetation, man. But that's before the missiles hit. Read it again. But behind the missiles, after the missiles hit, it's gonna be a what?
It says, read from the top again?
Yeah.
Joel 2 and 3. A fire devoureth before them.
That fire that's gonna devour before them is the nuclear missiles that's gonna hit this land. Yeah, bro.
And before them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them.
This is a beautiful land. Acres and acres of beautiful land. Vegetation, cows, sheep, horses, the works, man. Beautiful vegetation, man. Okay. That's before the missiles hit. Yeah, bro.
And behind them a desolate wilderness.
You seen that movie, The Day After Tomorrow? Where all the animals was being decimated in the wilderness? You gotta understand something. Behind them is a desolate wilderness. Once the missiles hit, that's it, man. America's gonna be destroyed, man. Through concentrated fire from them chariots and thermonuclear destruction from an assembly of great nations. So to Jeremiah 50 verse 9 on down to 12, man. Zephaniah 1 verse 14 and 15 on down, man. That great day of the Lord. There's no escaping the judgment of the Most High Yahweh while Yahweh Shah. You understand me? Are you comprehending me? You wreck bitch. You comprehending me? Yeah, brother.
It says, yeah, and nothing shall escape them.
Nothing's going to escape them missiles, man. With the multiple warheads that's attached to one missile. You got one missile to Satan 2. Satan 2, the Salmat Satan 2. 30 warheads on there. On one missile attached, it's one missile. You got the missile that propel it, then you got the warhead with 30 nuclear warheads that's going to disperse. That's going to disperse before it hit the ground. So imagine 60 being shot at you, 100 being shot at you. All them missiles are going to disperse. All them boys are going to disperse, man. And you're going to die because you were the wicked. And the 2/3 of you niggas, you scoffers and scorners that be on TikTok talking shit, you're going to die the death of the wicked. You understand? You're going to die the death of the fucking wicked. All of you scoffers and scorners, you nigger women, you stupid ass effeminate men, you're all gonna die the death of the wicked. Every last one of you, man. And the death of the wicked is thermonuclear destruction and concentrated fire. So keep on scoffing and scorning, man. Keep on scoffing and scorning. See where it gets you. You dumb nigger women. You dumb niggas that's effeminate. You too dumb to realize you dumb because you fucking dumb. Yeah, brother.
Psalm chapter 11 verse 5, it says, the Lord tried the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence his soul hated.
Esau loved violence, and the wicked, which is our people, are so hated, man. Keep on being joint hand in hand with Esau, thinking you're gonna get a lift up because you took the bag. You got a 501c3 charter. You thinking everything is right. You could travel to Russia, travel to travel to different countries in the continent of Africa. Thinking you doing something, marching. Keep on doing that, man. You got a 501c3 charter, it's going to be the death of you, man. Yeah, man.
It says, upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire, and brimstone, and a horrible tempest.
That's the nuclear missiles, man. That's the day of the Lord. So to Zephaniah chapter 1, chapter 14, chapter 1, verse 14 and 15, man. On down, man. That great day of the Lord. It is near, and hasteth greatly. Going back to Joel, read that again, bro. Yeah, keep on reading.
Right.
Yeah.
It says, upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire, and brimstone.
Snares means the trap. Fire and brimstone is the nuclear missiles, man. And concentrated fire from them chariots. Okay?
And a horrible tempest.
And a horrible tempest, man. Was going to fall great upon you, Edomites, man. Yeah.
Yeah. This shall be the portion of their cup.
It's going to be the portion of your cup, man. And all the Edomites that's not in America, that's all around the world, what's happening is the New Jerusalem, we come down, we're going to gather you up.
They're going to think they're safe.
And we're going to toss your ass in a goddamn pit, and after many days, you should be visited. And we're going to whoop your ass, man, and put you into slavery. So to Ezekiel chapter 14, verse, was it 14, verse 19 on down? Seven not continuing employment.
If I can add too, that goes to show you the whole earth is not going to be destroyed.
Of course not.
Right?
So parts of the earth.
Like the brother was saying, man, you go, all the Edomites on this side, they ain't gonna make it, right? But you're gonna have Edomites on other parts of the earth that are gonna be here for captivity. So when they see that America is destroyed, they're gonna think they're safe, but they're not.
That's right. And that's about the international bankers. So everybody, all the Edomites in America are gonna be destroyed.
Yep.
All the Edomites in Europe, throughout Europe, we're gonna come down. When we come down, if I'm part of the elect, New Jerusalem, we're gonna come down and take over the earth, and we're gonna whip your motherfuckers into shape. And the rebellious Israelites, we're gonna kill y'all, man. We're gonna whip y'all into shape. You're gonna respect us, man. You're gonna put some respect on the name of Israel, man. The sons of Jacob, on down to Issachar, you're gonna put some respect on our name, because we're gonna whip you into shape. You're gonna buck up at first, but we're gonna fuck you up. And you're gonna realize, oh, these guys got spiritual power. We can't do nothing with these guys. We're just gonna fall in line. You're gonna fall in line indeed. And after 1,000 years, I wish it was 5,000 years of slavery for you. We're gonna eviscerate y'all. Pursuant to Obadiah 1 and 18. That's it. That's it. That's your goddamn future, man. Huh? It sounds bleak as hell, man. It sounds bleak, and it is bleak. But guess what? Before you get eviscerated, right, we're gonna have our way with your women. Oh yeah. The ugly ones you're gonna keep to yourselves. But the beautiful ones, we're gonna have our way with your women. And you're gonna have to accept that. We're not gonna do what you did to us and take our woman and have sex with her and give it back to us. Nah, we ain't gonna do that. That's wickedness, that's adultery. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna take the beautiful women to ourselves and give you the ugly ones so you can reproduce and keep them as concubines. But we ain't gonna do no wicked shit like taking your wife from out of your bed and popping her. We ain't gonna do no wicked shit like that, man. That's what you did to us, man. And you're gonna pay for that. Yeah, brother.
That was it on that.
You got more? Because what y'all did to us, man, was horrific, man. And Jake is still bugged out off the shit that happened to us in slavery, man. Look at the state of Jake, man. What y'all did to us, man, with the Willie Lynch papers and, everything dealing with slavery. Look at the state of our people, man. They bugged up, man. they're gone. And you gotta pay for that. But the Most High have a remnant that he selected that's not gonna be bugged out. We was once bugged out, but the Most High snapped his finger and put his spirit on us and brought us back to reality. Now we know who we are, we know who we worship. We worship Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, man. The true living power. And his son. Yeah, brother.
Quick precept. Revelation 13:9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
If any man have a spiritual ear, let him hear what the prophet is saying. John the Revelator, the apostle. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. You led us into captivity, you're gonna go into captivity yourself, man. How you like that? Yeah, brother.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
You kill with the sword, man. That's why I tell you in Numbers 35 verse 33 that the blood cannot be shed, the blood cannot be cleansed unless the shed of blood be, his blood be shed, man. So you're gonna have to die. Yeah, bro.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
The saints are the Israelites, man. The patience and the faith for the saints are the Israelites, man. That's patiently waiting for Yahweh to deliver us, man. Yahweh shall to deliver us, man. For he is our deliverer. And take us back to our land. And take all the miseries that's on us off us, man. Yeah. That was it?
Yeah, that's one.
Zechariah chapter 11, we'll start at 4. It says, thus say the Lord my power, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
And that's Esau, man. He been slaying us, from the 1800s from the 1600s up until now, man. He don't hold himself guilty. He feel he not doing nothing wrong. But guess what? He gonna pay, man. Yeah, bro.
Amen. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they sell them, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich.
Yeah, because Esau got rich off slave labor, man. Esau got rich off slave labor, man. So it is what it is, man. You gonna pay.
Yep, it says, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
Who the shepherds of Israel? These fake pastors. Your Malcolm X's, your Martin Luther Kings, your T.D. Jakes, and all the rest of these people that's out there, claiming to be shepherds of Israel, man. But they not, man. They wicked, man. They took that bag. They took that 501c3 charter. Yeah, bro.
I got one. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 6. It reads, reward her even as she rewarded you.
Hey, so we're going to reward you demons, you devils, you red bastards. As you have rewarded us, we're going to reward you with double. You're going to be paid double for what you did to us, man. We ain't going to buck break you. But we're going to put you in the field, slice you up, and put goddamn honey on you, and put them fire ants to your ass. And them fire ants going to tear your ass up. You ever got bit by a fire ant? It's not a pleasurable thing. Imagine you get bit with one and it stings. Imagine multiple. So we're gonna slice you up, make you bleed, put honey on you, and put you in the sun, and stir up an ant's bed.
Take out your vocal cords, you screaming, nothing coming out. You're gonna get crafty.
That's right. That's right. All in righteousness, man. And that's gonna be the favor of the Lord that's gonna be on us to afflict upon you. The favor of the Lord. Yeah, brother.
I'm going to tell you. Yep, it reads, and double unto her double according to her works, and the cup which she had filled to her double.
That cup is the cup of slavery, the cup of torment. And we're going to fill it to you double. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what the scriptures are saying? Huh? Everything you have done to us, we're going to do to you double. But in righteousness, not in wickedness. We're not going to rape your women. We're not going to take your woman, your wife, while you have no power in your hands and Papa that's sending it back to you. We're not going to do that. That's wickedness, man. That's adultery. That's what you guilty of, man. We're not going to buck break you, which is homosexuality, to humble you. We're not going to do that. Everything we do is going to be done in righteousness, man. But you're going to pay, nonetheless.
Yeah.
It reads, verse 7, how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow. And
That's America. That's the elites that run America. The elites that run America, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, this is they playground, man.
Yeah.
This is they how can I say, they experiment. They know that this cash cow is not gonna last. But they got enough bread, enough dough, that even if America go down financially, they still straight. And that's what John Todd brought out. And everything John Todd brought out is happening right now, man. You see? So we're not worried about anything, man. Because we got Yahweh Bashmi Hawashai to back us up, man. But we're part of the elect. The Most High is going to feed us and deliver us, man. We ain't got nothing to worry about, man. But we're part of the elect. Saved through faith and works, man. Yeah.
In the book of Colossians chapter 3, verse 25. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done.
That's right, cunt. Whatever you do in this life, good or bad, you're going to receive the recompense of your ways, the action of your ways, man. Everybody pays, man. Yeah, brother.
And there is no respect of person.
And there's no respect of person. The Most High don't respect a person. You know, if you did something fucked up, something wicked, you're going to be judged by that, man. It may not happen right away. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11, because since against the evil work, got it?
No, I was just saying about this.
Because since this evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the hearts of the sons of men is fully set to do evil. Just because you didn't get judged right away doesn't mean the Most High ain't going to judge your ass. At least you repent. Where the Most High will have mercy on you if you repent and show sorrow. Yeah, bro.
Exodus 21 and 16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him,
Yep.
or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
And we still found in Esau's hand, man. He stole us from our respective land. Because we scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. If we was in the land of Ham, and Esau came, which is called Little Judah, Esau came and snatched us up. And sold us, man. Collaborating with the Ishmaelites and the Hamites. You're all going to pay. There's no escaping. That's why the Most High have them Ethiopians or them Sudanese looking bugged out with big ass stomachs and flies on their face. And there was a prominent people back in the ancient world, man. With a prominent empire, man. But now look at them. The Sudanese, they all twisted. Big bellies, flies on their face, chapped lips. Good for you. Good for you. Bloated stomach like you 8 months pregnant. You ain't even got the strength to swat the fly off your face. The flies on your lip, running around, it's crawling around your lip. You ain't even got the strength to swat the motherfucker off, man. That's how low the Most High brought you. And that's good for you, man. Yeah, bro.
Psalms chapter 2, verse 8. Ask of me, and I will give thee the heathen for thine inheritance.
Who's the heathen? The Hamites, the Ishmaelites, the Moabites, the Ammonites, and all the rest of the Edomites, all the rest of the heathen, man. They're gonna be our inheritance, man. And we're gonna rule over you for 1,000 years, and after that, after 1,000 years is up, you're gonna be the Most High gonna turn back your captivity. But guess what? You're gonna pay tribute. Always. And you gotta come up a year, every year, the works of the Most High. If you don't, you're not gonna receive no rain, and we're gonna fuck you up. How you like that? You got more.
It says, ask of me, and I will give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost part of the earth for thy possession.
And the uttermost parts of the earth for our possession, man. That means the land of Esau, And there's great, possessions that we're gonna have. We're gonna possess all y'all, man. But Esau, you ain't gonna have no land. Because you're gonna be in captivity. And after 1,000 years, bitch, you're gonna be eviscerated. So you don't need no land. You're gonna be in the fields working with boots in your ass. Whips in your back. Knives in your guts. Chains to your fucking back. Beating you with chains. It's doing all kind of shit to y'all, man. Yeah, bro.
9. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron.
We're gonna break you with a rod of iron. That means
Bing.
that's right. That means the chain, a big ass heavy chain, is whooping you with that shit.
Yep.
Beating you with a sword and slicing you with different slices on your throughout your whole body. Then throwing vinegar on you with salt, and then honey, so you can go into the goddamn field, put you in the field so them ants can eat your ass up, or better yet, take you, melt some gold, and throw your ass in that goddamn pot, like you did to Jake with the sugar. You think you gonna forget? You think I forget that shit you did, huh, bitch? You boiled Jake in sugar. You think I forgot about that? Okay, bro.
A rod of iron for the males and a rod of flesh for the females.
That's right.
You're going in the kingdom.
That's right. A rod of flesh. You know what that means. We ain't gotta explain that. We ain't gonna get into that.
It says, thou shalt break them with a rod of iron.
That's that sepulcher. Pat, pat, pat above your head, going upside your head. But for the women, they're gonna get a different rod.
The same pack.
Yeah, but different though.
So,
The beautiful ones, not the ugly ones.
right.
The ugly ones are gonna go to the ones in the field. The fat obese ones, they gonna be, you know what I mean? But but ain't gonna be no fat obese because they gonna be eating food, man. They eating good food, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not gonna feed your slapper here was feeding us, man.
The ugly bitches are going to be nourishing the beautiful ones from a young youth until they ripe.
That's right.
That's it, man.
They gonna come into our bosom. You know what I mean? Come here. Let me talk to you for a
The
minute.
ugly ones stomping some grapes, whatever, you know.
Getting me nice and drunk, you know?
But the beautiful ones, we're going to keep them tender.
And I better not catch you spitting in my shit.
But, okay, just put them right in the half.
That's right. And we're gonna be able to read your mind and see and understand your thoughts. Before you do so, we're gonna know. Hold on. You ain't gonna stop no grapes because you planning on spitting in my shit. So go over to them gallows and wait for me to come back. Wait over there. Reflect on what's gonna happen to you.
You
Yeah,
had
bro.
that in Minority Report precogs, arresting people before they did a crime. They
Yeah.
literally do that in the kingdom.
Yeah.
You was about to do what, bitch?
You about to spit in my fucking grapes? Huh? Go over to the gallows and wait over there and reflect on your shit that you did. And wait for me to come over there.
They're doing that now through AI technology. You know, based on your the way you're moving, they say, oh, it's about to commit a crime, and they'll just get your ass arrested right away.
Yeah? They sent police on your ass, man.
It says, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel.
And that's what we gonna do to y'all, man. We gonna whip your ass. We gonna beat you down, man. We gonna whip you into shape. We gonna beat righteousness in your ass, but there's no righteousness coming out of you. So we gonna continue to beat you, but there's no righteousness coming into you. So you gonna keep constantly getting beatings, and then after a while, we gonna get tired of beating on you, and we gonna eviscerate you.
And that's in every society, man. Every ancient, right now this world is all flagged down and shit. But in ancient societies, not even too far ago, like in slavery, you go watch the movie Django.
Yeah.
If you was a beautiful nigga woman, Candy, he was treating you like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's in every society. Whenever somebody's on top, it don't matter if the woman is an enemy nation, whatever. If her role, if you're gonna be dealing with her, you want her in her best possible shape. You know what I'm saying? So those ones are gonna be, taken care of in the sense of when they come to you, right, Esther, they're gonna be bathing in oils and shit, all that type of stuff. So when they come to you, there's no blemishes. You don't spin around butt naked, spin around and shit, examine her.
And that's why in Django, when Jacob was trying to get his wife back, and she got whipped. Her back, she had she had some whips on her back. He was like, she marked up. Look at her.
Yeah.
Look at her.
She shouldn't be in the house. Yeah.
She shouldn't be in the house. She should be in the field.
Yeah, she marked it right, brother. That's a good point.
She's marked up. But you know, she spoke German, so that gave her, that gave her, how can I say it? A word up, you know what I'm saying?
Well, they turned into a bedwench, really, because after the Mandingo fighting was over, he told her, look, go clean that pole.
Yeah.
Bring him a bed, clean his pole or whatever. She couldn't say shit.
Yeah.
Because, that's why you gotta watch these movies to see how shit really is. When this fact out shit is going away, people are gonna go back to. They ain't gonna be no woman equal to you or back talking or none of that shit. It's gonna be male and female in their natural state.
You're right, because they turned into a bad way, because when Django came to rescue her, she thought it was somebody coming to pop her.
Right.
She was all scared and everything, like, oh shit,
Right.
somebody's coming. Then she saw her husband, she was like, oh shit, you know what I mean?
But this is fucked up, man. They had your woman being passed around by Mandingo fighters, man. That's what Esau was doing.
Shit, that was their reward for winning.
Right.
You know? Or if Esau felt the need that, I want me some nigga pussy. I'm gonna go get me some nigga buns. You know what I mean? It's lucky for what I'm saying, for speaking crazy, but I'm gonna get me some nigga buns. You know what I mean? It go up in there, and she was all, and it show you that when Django opened the door, and she saw the door was opening, she saw somebody approaching. Once she shook up, she was like, oh shit, shook up. And then she saw it was Django, she was relieved. That her husband came to rescue her. Yeah, bro.
Yeah. I mean, the scripture says, Isaiah 42 and 22, but this people is robbed and spoiled. They're all of them snared. You brought this out already?
No.
Okay. They're all of them snared in holes, and they're hid in prisons, houses.
Read it again, bro, for the time.
Isaiah 42 and 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
This is the people robbed and spoiled. Who's robbed and spoiled, man? Robbed and spoiled is the Negroes on down to Issachar, man. A people that's been that's put to the ground, man. Every nation had their hand in afflicting us, man. That's what all nations are going to pay. Yeah, brother.
It says, they're all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. Therefore pray, and none delivereth, for spoil, and none restore.
The prison house is America. Not only that, inside America, you got prisons. Who's within them, in Dannemora, Clinton, New York, Clinton Correctional Facility? Who's really mainly the ones in them, housing them, and being in there, doing heavy time? Jake. But the prison house is America, yeah, bro.
No, you're right, brother. The Lord did it. This is 23.
That's right.
Whom among you will give ear to this, who will hearken and hear for this time to come, for the time to come, who gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel to the robbers?
The Mosai did that, man, because we was doing wicked shit, man.
Right.
Most justly so, man. Whatever happened to us, man, the Mosai was justified in doing it to us, man.
Right.
We just gotta handle it, man, and praise the Lord for forgiveness. Yeah, bro.
It says, did not the Lord, he against whom we have sinned?
That's right. The Mosai, we sinned against the Mosai. The Mosai did this to us, man. Why do you think we in a lower state, man? Why do you think you see Jake out there on the highways and the byways, when I mean highways and the byways on the streets, like Isaiah 51 and 20, like wild bulls in the net. Here it is, I'm going to work, 4:30 in the morning, I see Jake out there and women out there. I'm coming home 2 o'clock, and they sit out there with the same clothes on. So I'm saying to myself, wait a minute. Here it is, it's fucking muggy as hell out here. You ain't go upstairs, take a nap, and wash your fucking stinking pussy, bitch? You just out there with the same panties on? Just out there? You didn't think to go upstairs and wash your ass? Come on, bro. Think about that, bro. Here it is. 4:30 in the morning, I'm going to work, and I took a different route, and I see them out there. She got the same. I see them out there. Then I come home, same route, and they stay out there with the same clothes on. That means you got the same panties on, lady. You ain't wash your ass. And it's hot and sweaty out here. I can imagine how that box smell, man. Woo.
So they would not walk in his ways.
Cause they ain't gonna, Jake ain't gonna walk into the Most High's ways, man. Cause they wicked, man. Only the elect is gonna walk in the ways of the highest, man. Cause the Most High put the Spirit on them to do so. Yeah, brother. Slack for coming home.
Says, for they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his law.
They wasn't obedient to the Lord's central commandments of the Most High, to the best of their ability, doing it, you know, observing the high holy days, the Sabbath, the Passover, and different high holy days. They ain't acknowledging that, man. They're just out there. Here it is. I saw you 4:30 in the morning out there in front of the Arab store, the 24-hour Arab store, and when I come back, you still in front of the Arab store, sitting on the chair with the same clothes on. So I'm saying to myself, damn, it's muggy as fuck. It was 88 degrees this morning when I left 4:30 in the morning. Imagine when the sun came out. You stood out there, you didn't go upstairs to wash your ass, take a nap?
It says, 25, therefore he hath poured upon him the fury of his anger and the strength of battle, and it has set him on fire round about.
And that's why Jake be getting shot down in the street, cops be beating the shit out them, getting locked up, doing time, women flipping on you. A lot of men is in jail for women, man. You know? Baby mama drama. That's why, me personally, I ain't dealing with the black women, man. They got too much drama with them. They too masculine for me. I got the boxers on. You're not gonna have boxers. I got boxers on. So that means we bumping heads. Yeah, brother.
Says, yet ye knew not, and it burned him, yet he laid it not to heart.
They didn't understand what the Most High set before us. Lord sets the commandments to obey Him. Nah, Jake wanna serve other gods, do what they want, man. What's yeah, bro? Yeah.
It shows you that the Lord judged the entire nation.
That's right. Not
Because-
just the wicked.
Right, because the prophets, I mean, the scriptures say we all fall short. I'm not saying we're perfect, but not every Jacob is going far off into this madness. But the Most High still judged Jacob as a
nation.
whole, like university. So Edomites out there that are like, well, I never heard a black man in my life. No matter. It might not be in this lifetime, but I guarantee you, one previous lifetime you did. All right, and again, it does not matter because the Most High is going to judge the entire nation of people.
Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for His children, for the wickedness of their forefathers, man.
Right.
Because you are your forefathers. You understand that? The same called reincarnation. So just because you ain't do nothing now, I got black friends. How about in the 1800s when you was a young lad? How about that? How about in the 1700s?
How about when we left out of Egypt? We were saying racist.
Cut. Even to that foundation, dog. How about during the time of the Greek Empire, the Roman Empire?
Also, I can say this too. If you stood by and just watched it happen, you're just as guilty.
That's right.
You know, because you're supposed to erase the iniquity out the land, or the whole land is defiled. You know, so that blood's upon your hands too.
Guilty by compliance.
Yeah. And he reaped the benefits of
That's
his
true.
forefathers as well.
100%, brother.
Yep.
That's how come they be trying to do these charity foundations and shit because they know how damn well their empire was built up.
Blood, rape, robbery, and murder.
Exactly.
Huh?
And the scriptures don't lie, man. That's what it says in Numbers chapter 35, verse 33. You shed the blood to get this land, but now, in order for this land to be cleansed of the blood, your blood got to be shed. And that's why the Most High is going to bring thermonuclear destruction to cleanse this land. By fire. Yeah, bro.
I got one. This is Baruch chapter 4. I'm going to start from the top.
Yeah.
It reads, this is the book of the commandments of the Most High and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
That's right. When you come to this law, right now we rehearsing the righteous acts. So we observing the Lord's Testament commandments to the best of our ability in the land of our captivity, which is bringing forth us to light and life. But those who forsake us, because we telling you what's coming down the pipe, all you scoffers and scorners, guess what? You're gonna die. You're all gonna die, man. Yeah, brother.
Yep. It reads, verse 2, turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof.
Turn to the truth and walk in the presence of the light, man. We give you the truth, man. Whether you will hear, whether you will forbear. Just because you don't like what we say, because we look like you, but I guarantee you, Esau was telling you that you was an Israelite, you wouldn't have no problem with it, man. You wouldn't buck up.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It says that thou mayest be illuminated.
That thou may be enlightened, illuminated, man, with this truth, man. You people have not a clue of what you get yourself into by getting on TikTok and making these videos, scoffing and scorning, talking your shit. You gonna pay.
It's funny because I went into the word illumination. It says, and this is in the etymology, it says spiritual enlightenment.
That's right. Spiritual enlightenment comes with these scriptures, man.
Yep. Yep.
Spiritual enlightenment comes with these scriptures, man. The Lord says the commandments of the, of the Most High, man. Doing it to the best of our ability. Yeah, man.
Yeah, because when you walk into the light too, you're walking more in the spirit of your house shop. You know what I'm saying? Who is the light?
Correct.
So it says,
They say Asian? They say Asian?
verse 3, give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation.
That's right. You shouldn't do that, man. But Jake, listen, man. Jake, they had Stockholm syndrome to the point where they were bowed out of Esau. And the whole thing about these Christians coming, like the whole thing with these Christians come up against the Hebrew Israelites because they want Esau to be saved, man. That's the whole thing about Esau, about the Christians, man. They want Esau to be saved, man. It's crazy, man.
Yep. So it says, I'm gonna read it again. This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 3. Give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation, even as truth.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of Israelites who say what? That all the nations can be saved. You know, they saying that the Gentiles can be saved. You know what I'm saying? The other nations can be saved.
That's that Christian mentality, man. Because they bent on saving Esau. That's what it is, man. They ain't talking about the Moabites being saved. They don't care about the Moabites or the Ishmaelites or the Ammonites. It's all about Esau, man. Because they got Stockholm syndrome, man. They want their slave master to be saved. That's why in the 1800s, when the master was sick, master, we sick? No, master, you sick, motherfucker? I ain't sick. What you mean we sick? We sick, master? Because that's that slave mentality that Esau bestowed upon Jacob, man.
That's right.
That's Stockholm syndrome. When you begin to love your slave master, your oppressor.
Yeah.
Okay, you got more?
Yeah, it's a little more. I'm gonna jump down. It says, verse 5, be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath.
And that's why we went through what we went through, man. That's why the Most High afflicted us very sore. And no other nation ever went through what we went through, man. The Most High afflicted us sore and then had Esau afflict us even more. So that shows you that the Most High did us dirty for a reason. Because he was so tired of our bullshit, man. Throughout the scriptures, we would go into slavery for 10 years, 15 years, and Most High was raised up a deliverer. The book of Judges tell you all that right there. And what Jacob do, after a certain amount of time, when that deliverer went to the spirit world, Jacob go off again. So the Most High got tired of that shit. Then the Most High said, you know what? You calling upon our name, you calling upon my name, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my name from you. You can't call upon me. Well, I'm not gonna hear you. You're gonna call upon false gods in the land of your captivity for a certain period of time, and then I'm gonna give my name back to you. But it's only back to the elect. Yeah, bro.
Verse 7, for ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to the Most High.
And that's what they was doing, sacrificing the devils, man. Worshiping Molech and other deities, man, that it's crazy, man.
Yeah, for all, you know what I mean? And every captivity that, Israel was in, that was being oppressed in, they was following after those heathen gods. In the Greek Empire, that's where the Hellenization came intact. because you had our people who are worshiping Greek gods. You know, Princess Diane, all these different.
Diana of Ephesus.
Yeah, exactly. All these different gods. This is how people they were worshiping. They was sacrificing into those idols. That's why when you read the book of Psalms, the 96th chapter, it says that idols, no, there's no other God other than Yahweh. You know?
And then you gotta understand something. Molech is still being worshipped to this day. It is being called in the form of Pamela. But Molech is still being worshipped today. The so-called black woman is heavy into aborting their kids, man. Heavy into that, man. You got black women are serial killers. And they get away with it. Serial killers, man. I'm talking about 15 abortions. Danny, I know one woman in my family had 20 abortions. She's a fucking serial killer. But in the eyes of society, she's good. But the Most High got her number. She won't pay for that. 20 abortions. That's not a serial killer, bro. So now here it is. You got these mafia guys. He's hitting for the mafia. 10 murders, 12 murders. He's considered a serial. He considered a serial murder, a serial killer. 15 murders. 70 Rue Gavano, over 31 murders. He a serial killer. So what that rate you, lady? You had 20 abortions. What that rate you? You not a serial killer? Or do you get it past because you a lady? Yeah, bro.
To show that this whole system is just backwards, women could get multiple abortions, it's nothing. But let them be 1 month pregnant and then somebody kill them, now it's a double homicide. So it made no damn sense.
That's tough. I didn't even think of it like that.
Yeah, that made no damn sense.
Wow.
She got the my choice, my body. My body, my choice. So if I want to delete my kid and become a serial killer, and another thing I'm gonna point out, a woman got her choice. I don't want the baby, I'm gonna delete the baby. But if the man don't want the baby, I want the baby. I'm gonna put you on child support. Now you got 20 years of a lifetime of being in chains, paying this bitch. She fucking and sucking other niggas, man.
21 or more if they go to college.
Yeah, here's the thing too. Like, let's say you want to can I check if that baby's mine? No, baby, you can't.
Now they passed the bill that
You gotta get DNA done?
immediately after birth.
Really?
Once that baby get cranked out, once that unit cranked out, check it out. They passed it in different states.
So you just brought that back to my memory.
Now what happened?
You
That
gotta do the DNA test. I remember Trump was talking about that shit.
Donald Trump was like, listen,
I ain't even finalized it.
yeah, they made it legal in certain states, not all states.
Oh, it's not federal.
Yeah, it's federal. It's a federal case.
Double checking it's finalized.
It says no federal or state law in America makes DNA testing mandatory after childbirth. It says while viral rumors claimed a blanket mandate was going into effect, so
But they didn't finalize it.
No.
I heard them talking about it.
Yeah, me too.
it's something that's in the works, but it's not finalized
Yeah,
yet.
no. Because I remember Trump had posed. See, here's the thing: when Trump got in office, an executive order doesn't mean something is law.
Because Congress got to sign it.
Exactly, has to go through Congress, has to go through paperwork point. So he might have said that this should be done, and they went crazy with it.
Women, you ain't see the women going crazy on TikTok?
We talked about it a while back. Like,
They was talking shit, like, you know what?
We was actually thinking about it.
Yeah,
But
right.
that's why I said I didn't know they finalized it.
I thought they finalized it because it was a little while back, you know?
So it's something. It says this is on www.billtrack50.com, where it says introduce session 136 General Assembly. It says bill summary to amend sections 3705.01 and 3705.09, the revised code to require an institution to offer genetic testing to confirm paternity when a child is born to unweaned parents, and to name this act the Right to Know Act. So this is a bill that's going on over there in Ohio. So I think everything is in the works of him.
It's gonna take some time.
Yeah.
And then you know, that the way even that sounds, you can tell places like New York, California, they're gonna shut that shit down.
Yeah.
Liberal states.
Yeah.
But certain places, you know, you're gonna have to double check now.
And you see now women, a lot of women was getting on TikTok talking shit like, yo, nah, you got better things to do than than a DNA test you. You could be doing this, you could be doing that, but why you buck it up? If you sure that that's the man.
Yeah. So
These women are fucking up, man. Fucked up.
I got a precept earlier going to East from double, payback. Exodus 21 and 24. Exodus 21 and 24. Eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot.
That's right, because you're gonna be whatever you dished out, you're gonna receive it twofold, man. There's no escaping the judgment of the Most High Yahweh, Yahweh Shah. Whatever you dished out, you're gonna receive it, man. But in righteousness, we're not gonna do no wicked shit to you, man, like you did to us, man. Buck breaking, we ain't gonna do that to you, man. We ain't gonna give you we gonna feed you. You're gonna be able to work hard, because you're gonna build up our kingdom. So we're not gonna give you no pork. We're not gonna feed you pork. You're gonna get fed right, man. We're not gonna feed you pork. We're not gonna feed you entrails like liver and chitlins and all that and pig guts. We ain't gonna feed you none of that shit, man.
But even too, just to add on, just because we gonna serve you lawful things, there's certain insects that's lawful to eat.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Locusts.
eat insects. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Certain locusts.
Why? Well, the brother pulled out. He gave me some locusts, and it was smoked locusts from Mexico, and I ate it. And I told my woman, I give you $20. You eat one of these. She was like, Nah, I ain't eating that shit. I said, I give you $50. She was like, I bet.
That's so funny because that grosses them out, but pig doesn't,
Yeah.
It's wild. This is 25. Burning for burning, and I looked up that word burning, branded.
Yeah.
Branded us.
Yeah.
Branded their ass right back.
Yeah, because they should brand us, on our arm, or our back, or our chest. But nonetheless, we got branded like cattle.
If I can add too, but now you got Jake willingly doing that when they're going off to college, joining all these frats, where they'll be proudly wearing, like, they'll get branded or like on their arm or their chest.
Or their
Just to be in a fraternity, and then I'm just like, what the fuck y'all doing?
That's the Greek fraternity.
Yeah.
Going back to Esau.
Yep. Right. Burning for burning, wound for wound, stripe for stripe.
And that's exactly what Jake be doing in these fraternities, man. And we was branded. We was cattle in cattle slavery, man. But now Jake is willingly doing it, like the brother said, man.
Mm-hmm.
Jake is willingly doing that shit, man.
Just like how they willingly eating the chitlins.
Chitlins and hog maws and pig butt.
Pig foot.
Yeah, you look at Judah.
They eat pig's butthole, man.
Like if you look at Judah compared to the tribes, Judah don't really have like a lot of the culture that Judah and the things that they're into extends all back to slavery. Like how you have like so-called West Indian food and Mexican food and shit like that.
Yeah.
Judah's food is really shit that they were forced upon them.
And now another thing, now lobsters and shrimps is a delicacy, but back in the 1800s,
That's a poor man's meal.
that was frowned upon. Nobody ate that shit, man.
It's like cockroach. That's a cockroach in the sea, bro.
The elites didn't eat that shit. Now everybody, it's a delicacy, man.
Snails.
Snails. Who the fuck eats
Oysters.
snails? Oysters, shrimps, crabs,
That shows you the manipulation of squid, octopus.
squid, octopus.
Caviar, right? Caviar. That's like,
What else? Fish eggs, which is caviar. Who the fuck eat that shit, man? Octopus.
Fried squid. We call that shit.
But that's a delicacy, and this is how we live in now.
yeah.
But in the 1800s, that was a poor man's meal. Nobody ate that. That was given to the poor man. Then Esau came up with an idea because it became popular amongst the slaves and the natives. So what they did was they started fishing for them and made it a delicacy, man. They started making money for selling it. But first, I was a poor man. Who the hell?
Well, that's what Jake will hook up whatever, hook the shit up.
Yeah.
Right now, that oxtail that you're eating, that's $30 a pop, a
Yeah.
lot of bones and gravy. That shit wasn't a choice meat. But Jake took eat the oxtail.
Yeah.
Saying that was like the top shit. Like everybody wants an oxtail.
That's damn near like the smallest part of the ox, just the tail.
You gotta be careful because now you gotta understand it was this Benjamin dude on TikTok that was bringing out how you have kangaroo tail and oxtail look alike. So you gotta be careful.
One is
He was bringing out how the kangaroo tail is like a star, but the oxtail is round. He was bringing it out. I'm like, oh shit. I was like, oh shit. So I'm like, so when they had oxtails on my job, I ain't eating that shit. I don't even know what the fuck
Well,
that
it's
shit
the thing
is.
too, man. Like, we don't got no kangaroos in Jamaica.
Yeah, like I highly doubt
But it could be
it's
imported.
being sold like in the islands.
It could be imported.
Doubt it.
Nah, but in the islands, I don't know, bro.
It
Nah,
could be imported,
doubt
bro.
it. I doubt
That shit
it.
could be imported,
That's a
bro.
rare animal though.
It could be imported. That shit that's a delicacy in Australia, and it's being imported throughout the four corners of the
I
earth.
think it's gonna be very hard to trick
Yeah.
people like oxtail every day with kangaroos. I mean,
And then on top of that is like how many kangaroos are being born enough
That's
to
what I'm
like
saying.
even kill
I
it?
don't know.
Like I know that
I don't know,
that
bro, but it kind of got me leery of eating a fucking oxtail now, man.
cause like I know they passed the
oxtails are in
technology.
abundance, but not
Yeah.
kangaroos. They're like specific to Australia and shit.
And like that, I know they passed a law where where they could like mimic like the meat and create it. But I don't think they did it for bone yet. It's usually just
I
meat
don't
without the
know,
bone.
but I'm understanding, brothers.
You know?
that this Jamaican dude, this Benjamin dude. You know, I'm gonna call him a Benjamin. He's a butcher in over in Jamaica. He was like, he was showing the difference between oxtail, original oxtail,
Yeah.
and kangaroo tail, because they both being sold on the market as oxtail. So he was letting people know that this is kangaroo tail being webbed this way here. Look how it's shaped.
And it's bigger. It's bigger. It's
And it's
like
thicker, yeah.
way bigger.
It's
Seen it
thicker.
before?
No, like I saw the pictures like comparison.
video. I
The
saw a
kangaroo
video.
tail
Check it
is
out. Look
is
up-
huge.
Look up
It's huge. But you already know Benjamin ain't gonna be giving you a lot of oxtail any damn way. Big ass oxtail.
This shit is, look at this shit. Look at this.
Yeah.
I didn't even finish. They put oxtail versus kangaroo meat, so it's listening to us.
Yeah. Like I seen it, but like I said, it's not far fetched, but I doubt they're gonna be selling kangaroo oxtail like in the islands. In America, maybe certain places, but
Maybe because America is like it got everything.
yeah.
Because even in the Caribbean islands,
That's a big fucking tail.
they don't even sell beef bacon
Yeah.
in supermarkets.
Yeah, they don't.
So it's like,
They
you know what I'm
don't.
saying? So yeah, America,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. I mean, it's out there, but I doubt like for the Caribbean, like they
They're not doing that.
nah, they not.
They don't even got bison.
They don't. They don't. They don't.
So anybody got anything to bring up?
Yeah.
I'm gonna use the bathroom. You can step up real quick. I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Huh?
I've been holding this for a while.
Alright.
I've been drinking this water.
Yeah. This is Ezekiel 4:13. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them.
Yeah, so, we're going to eat the foul bread no matter what. Matter of fact, to even prove that, me and my lady was building the other day, and this lady, I forgot the name of her, Nara Smith. And she's like a Whole Foods organic eater. She makes everything from scratch. She only eats the highest quality of food, and her kids. But her kid ended up catching cancer. Her 5-year-old kid ended up catching cancer. So it don't matter what organic or whatever, all the food is all defiled. We eating the best of the worst. But we still gonna live. Cause look, what are they feeding Jake in these communities? We eating nothing but fried chicken, fried in vegetable oil. We eating even the potato fries, right? I deliver fries to these supermarkets and stores. When you read the ingredients on the frozen fries, it's like 20 ingredients. You know what I'm saying, that you don't know. You
For
might
just
know-
potato.
Just for potato.
And then I hate to blabber, but you do the right thing. You go get a pack of chicken from a grocery store, but yet the plastic that it's wrapped in might be made of pork. Just the plastic.
I didn't even think about that
Yeah,
part.
so it's like,
Damn.
it's like, yo, there's no such thing as you just making it by the law, because you're still judged. You could really, technically, you could still be judged for it. You get what I'm saying? Because the pork got on the food.
I'm gonna give you another one too to
You
add
get me?
on you, brother. Look, even when I went traveling, right? They could have, let's say I get a hamburger from a spot. that burger could be beef mixed with pork.
Yeah.
They have that when you go to supermarkets and like ground meat and stuff like key food. When you read the ingredients, it says pork, beef, chicken, all mixed in. Now, when you go to these restaurants, you don't know, or particularly Northern Kingdom restaurants, you don't know if you get a burger if it's 100% beef.
Yeah.
You might eat a burger that's mixed with beef and pork.
Got
Yeah.
something else.
And that's how they make most hot dogs.
Yeah.
Like a lot of hot like even though it may say beef or chicken, the way you look at how they process hot dogs, it's a bunch of leftovers that's clumped together.
We can't trust our enemies, but you know, we're in hell. This is Mark 16 and 18. They shall take up serpents, and if they Shalom, we'll next week.
Shalom,
It's a lot for early. I had to go get that. Yeah. This is Mark 16 and 18. They shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. Look at the shit that we drink is fucked up. It's drinking water, whether it's the faucet water we bathe in, they recycle the water, the ship water. Most of it they pour out into the bay, the ocean, and then the rest go back into our fountains, you know, the sink when we go home.
Yeah.
So it's like they call it water treatment plants. You know what I mean? They call it water treatment plants. Oh, and then I don't want to keep talking, but
Nah, read it again.
got it. This is Mark 16 and 18.
Yep.
They shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing,
Uh-huh.
it shall not hurt them.
It shall not hurt them if they drink any deadly thing. Now, like the elders going into, look, us drinking out of plastic waters, all those micro, whatever heavy metals is entering our body, which can kill us, but the Lord is going to preserve us. Now, a perfect example is Nehemiah. You know, he was a cupbearer for the king. And you know, they could always poison, you know, the king's drink. So a person like a cupbearer have to, you know, taste it before serving the king.
Yes.
I hate a job like that, man.
Yeah, but now look, Nehemiah, he was a cupbearer.
Yeah.
So even if he did drink something that was poisonous, the Lord basically preserved him. That's exactly what the Lord is doing with us. He's preserving us, man, because we live in the valley of the shadow of death, man.
Food too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I wanted to add, that's why it's important to pray over your food.
Yeah.
Because 10 out of 10 times, it's some bullshit. You know, we're eating like the best of the worst.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why me personally, like I haven't bought my meat from a supermarket in years. I go to a butcher, and the butcher I go to, they have like on certain days I'll catch them bringing in the whole animal, and I'll be like, I want this part, I want that part. If I want ground beef, I go there, cut this part off, ground it up. So there's no guarantee that the way that animal was raised, it wasn't feeding it bullshit.
Yeah.
But again, we're eating the best of the worst. You pray over your food.
Yeah.
And I'd rather them show me the animal and they cutting that mofo up than me going to a supermarket, buying some shit covered in dye.
Yeah.
And now the FDA, they passed some law where then now it's legal to now sell genetically modified meat.
Now, can I say this, brothers? Now, you brothers could attest to that. It's like the elders in our families, like my grandmoms and my aunts and great aunts, the ones that lived in their 90s.
Yeah.
They was just straight eating home cooked.
Yeah.
Only time I got really the home cooked is either from going over the elders' crib of my family or whatever. But leave it to me, I wasn't like eating home cooked every day, but them, all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
They was cooking, or my aunts and shit was cooking for them, the younger ones. So they in their 90s. Like my grandma's on my other side, she's 91 or something. You know what I mean? And you know, but that's the thing. She had better healthy. I ain't making an excuse, but than me. You know what I mean? Be healthier. You know,
Even still, sometimes it's good to just take a break from meat. Sometimes, right? Even going in the book of Daniel's, when they was locked up, and then the king wanted to serve him meat. And just going through, Daniel was like, yo, listen, the meat is defiled, like we don't want the meat, because he knew that people was getting sick from it.
Yeah.
So because the meat was like you know, just
They wasn't getting sick. They was just, it was unhealthy. So
Yeah.
People was, you know, I mean, but it was called pulse. So they started eating vegetables. They was like, oh, listen, let me Let me refrain from the king's meat.
Yeah.
Let me eat vegetables.
Uh-huh.
Which means vegetables.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know?
And also too, because I was actually going into the history, in the time of Daniel, those meats that they were eating, they were first being a gluttony. There was a lot of gluttony going on in those times, as well as those meats they were offering up to I believe those Babylonian gods. So that plays a part of it.
All the meats of these different nations, even up to this very day, man. You go to these butchers, you know what I'm saying? Like I go to the halal place. And I be getting like lamb, and I be getting like different meats.
Mm-hmm.
They pray to these gods that they worship. They pray over their meat. So we gotta pray to the Most High Yahweh, by Yahweh Shah, to cleanse us. You know what I'm saying? The pray over the meat so we can be able to eat it. You know what I'm saying? Because all these different nations, they pray over their meat and they eat.
Yeah.
Like,
And
Yeah.
it's like you go to the grocery store, right? You might have, the poultry, the beef, and then the pork right here. The molecules in the air, it's spreading, the air mist and all that is going. It's still even. It's making the other meat unclean, really technically.
Yeah. No.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
Just
You're right.
If you don't believe me,
No,
you
you're
can
right.
have something spoil you next to something fresh. The spoil you shit is gonna make that.
Contaminate.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, it
it's
is.
air molecules.
Mhm.
So I'm sorry.
yeah, it's all good. You're right. It's all good. Yeah. So who again?
You again? Which one?
Anything you could get, yo. We just stuck here. We stuck here temporary. It's a temporary punishment. When we almost out the door, and Esau almost on the floor.
I got it. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. It reads, surely oppression make a wise man mad.
Yeah, oppression make a wise man mad. So in a way, we angry. We don't envy the oppressor, but we're angry because of the things that's going on. Through much knowledge is much grief.
That's right.
So it makes you angry. And then when you have stupid scoffers or people that's not aware of what's going on, yo, why you acting like this? Why you acting like this? Listen, you dumb fuck. all the shit that's going on. You're not in tune with what's going on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it makes us angry because the air we breathe, the shit that we eating, the clothes that we wear, the vibration that's put on a boom tune, the TV, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
All of these things, man,
Yeah.
it's just corrupt.
Even us working, you may have a bad supervisor, a bad boss. You know what I mean? Who don't know how to delegate. You know what I'm saying? And you're just mad like, damn, this guy, I'm basically a servant to a fool. You know, that causes, a wise man to be angry, man.
And then you might have a supervisor that's an asshole when they have you doing tasks they never did going in. And like, yo, why you ain't do this? And then you hear stories about the people that they work with, like, yo, he got in this position for this one. He never had this title. And he didn't do all of this. And you might, it's a long story, I don't want to keep blabbering, but yo, sometimes you got assholes and emotional women and emotional men that have these positions and they like oppressing other jakes and their jakes.
Yeah.
And they think the shit is funny. But hey, it is what it is.
Yep, I got another one. This is Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees.
Yeah, one of them, the so-called white man, and you sell out coon-ass jakes too. But this mainly is about the so-called white man that decree unrighteous decrees, unrighteous laws and legislation.
Okay.
If someone's committing a crime, right, then you either if it's punishable by death, you put them to death real quick at a certain time. You don't give them no life in prison. You know what I mean? To work a damn slave ship. You take them out.
That's what Esau does.
Yeah.
It's called how they do it, but it's in the Constitution where you become a slave for because you committed a crime.
Yeah, there's no such thing.
I forgot the name of the law.
Yeah,
But
there's no such thing as you got people, they premeditate, they go do a so-called crime, a murder, they kill somebody, take somebody out. But then this person to get out the jam, he could tell on all the other conspirators or whatever and get out in lesser time. Nah, all of them got to be taken out. You get what I'm saying? But Esau is like, he's not just like, if we really want to be technical, the niggas that killed Julio, they was all in the war together. They both death on both sides. So one dude like, yo, how did the female get less time than I got? Neither him or his chick
cooperated.
Him or his chick was not the trigger. They were the lookouts and shit like that.
Bro.
But they all supposed to get the same time, really. Then, and if not, only the shooters get the most. But
nah, she cooperated, bro. That's what happened. When you cooperate, bro, when you give up certain information, then you get the lesser time. But the rest of the people wasn't cooperating. But Julio was a demon.
Yeah, they killed people too.
His mother was into voodoo. So he did a lot of rituals. He was on Black TV like 2 weeks before he got killed. About how his grandmother was into voodoo and was using rituals to protect him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and to make him successful. So that nigga was into voodoo, man. That nigga was a demon, man.
So basically, the Lord just clean the house. All right, but since it's from an evil work, the Lord get you back, man. You heard me? Unless you the elect and you get certain, but that don't apply for everyone, and you shouldn't tempt the Lord. But the thing is, judgment goes on all sides.
I got a precept for you. This is 1 Peter 4, verse 15. It says, it's not cool.
Hey, that nigga that killed them, Young Ace, his name is?
Oh, Young and Ace?
Young and Ace, he was so proud about it. He had that song about it. He had that song.
Oh, yeah. Game over?
Yeah, game over.
But I'm not making an excuse. Them niggas killed his brother.
Yeah.
And they shot his ass up a couple times too. Yeah. So they've been going back and forth. They all demons.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point.
And I was born in that town.
He didn't get away with that. He didn't get judged. Not now. Yeah. But later on he will. He didn't about the nuclear missiles.
Now I'm just showing you that I was just talking out of my ass. It says Julio explains his voodoo rituals. It says Julio explains voodoo rituals in Florida.
Something out of which to live.
It says Julio on practicing Haitian voodoo. It's right here.
Precept. This is 1 Peter. This is 1 Peter 4, verse 15. But let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer.
A suffer as a murderer, a thief, or evildoer, someone that's doing wickedness, selling drugs, or whatever manner of wickedness that's contrary to the scripture.
Or as a busybody in other men's matters.
Always in the mix of something, in the action, and in other people's business, and getting involved in things you shouldn't be involved in. You get me?
Yep.
You wanna be knowing things, and you know, and being in stuff. You know, and the Lord kept us out of those things to where, yo, listen, if it's something you didn't tell me, I ain't supposed to know. That means, and I ain't trying to acquire anything. You tell me something, it's cool, you want me to know, but other than that, shit ain't my business. That's what, it's all over the Most High, but that's what kept me alive.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Staying out of shit that don't concern me. Gossip.
Verse 16. Yet if any man suffer as a follower of Yahushua, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify the power on his behalf, on this behalf.
For Yahushua. So if we gotta be martyrs, that's an honorable death. We doing our reasonable service. You know what I mean? Dying for a brother or whatever, then that's different. You know what I mean? But see, we just reporting. Some person say, yo, what you talking about? No, this is public information. They put this out. It was in the courts.
Yeah.
This is public information, so I can speak. Or I say allegedly. Allegedly, both sides were warring. All right, allegedly. I clean that up. But this is our public display. We not going in, you know, you get what I'm saying, being in this shit. But yeah, and what we doing is reporting the news. But other than that, yeah, man, because you got people in the mix of stuff, females too, like instigating things, and then they wonder why they catch a stray, or they see things going on a wise man, yo, let me get up out of this situation. She want to chuckle and laugh and what's going on? They arguing and this and that? Nah. People over there, I hate the point, but let's say somebody over there in the shit, this ain't a camp day, they arguing, I'm not gonna go up that area, I'm gonna keep it moving. Shit going on in my hallway, I'm not opening the door. Shit going on outside, I'm not opening the window to see what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It don't pertain to me or my close ones. I don't need to know. One more thing, so I'm not blabbering. I had a cousin years ago when I was in the world. That motherfucker tried to open my front door. Yo, close the door. That shit don't concern us. He told me, yo, close the door. Close my motherfucking door, man. That shit don't concern us. You know, yeah. Mind your business. Sorry about that. I can.
Very good. I'm gonna get this is Romans chapter 8, verse 17. It reads, and if children, then heirs of the Most High.
Heir, someone that get an inheritance. So we want to be heirs to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, to Yahushua in the kingdom. It's all about Yahushua. All right? We want that penny.
Yep.
And that penny is a very expensive penny.
Yep.
That penny is a collector's item. You know what I mean? Yo. You know you want a mid condition Mickey Mantle? Nah, we want a mid condition penny.
Yeah.
From the Most High, you got it from the Lord. You got it.
Yep. It says in joint heirs with Yahweh Shah Mashiach.
Joint heirs, man. Princes, joint heir. You know? That's that exclusive club. That's that VIP. That's celebrity status.
It reads, if so be that we suffer with them, that we may be. It says that we may be also glorified together.
Yeah, we suffer that we be glorified together. You know what I mean? And you know, we see brothers suffering or whatever. We pray for them, but when we look, we be like, yeah, that brother. You know what I mean? You like y'all from the same cloth. Y'all in the mud. We getting it from the mud. So it's like, we got respect for the brotherhood, the Akim, starting on down the ranks because we suffering for Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Yeah, and you know it's
You know what I mean? We ain't like you happy for a brother suffering, but we getting it from the mud. Lord willing, we earning the position. Soldiers for Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and soldiers respect soldiers.
I got a quick one.
If you brothers understand what I'm trying to say.
No, of course, definitely, man. You know.
I got a quick one since you said that. This is in the book of Hebrews. Hold on, This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 6. Matter of fact, verse 5. It reads, and ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as children, my son, despise not the chastening of the Lord.
Yeah, the Lord whipping us around and shaping us up. Despise it not. We just, Lord willing, we continue on the things. Pray for the Lord to deliver us or to help us endure the suffering. You get me? We pray that we can function through the suffering if we gotta suffer, to have that spirit. You know what I mean? To get through it. We ask the Lord to piggyback us through that.
Hey, to add on to what you were saying, how you were saying, you know, like another soldier acknowledges another soldier for their hardship. It's just like when we read about our forefathers and their trials and tribulations, we be like, damn, that brother was going through some shit, but because the Lord was with him, we admire that.
Yeah.
We look at that and say, hey man, if our forefathers can do it, we can do it.
Yeah.
And if we know that the Lord is on our side, we're going through our hardship,
Yeah.
like we good. You know, the Lord gives every brother their walk, their own trials and tribulation. But when you hear our brother's story, it rejuvenates you like, damn, like the Lord was really with you, brother, you know? So yeah, man, like even just like Yahweh Shai, we acknowledge it and we glorify it because, hey, 2/3 of our people is not gonna give their life, not even for their own damn kids.
Nah.
You know, so we acknowledge and we thank Yahweh Shai for what he did. Because the scripture also says, roughly paraphrasing, a brother that lays down his life for another brother, and that's a blessing in itself. And the Lord's gonna bless you for that.
Yeah.
You know?
verse 7, from whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth.
The Lord love you, Charles. The Lord don't love these heathens. You see how they prospering in all their wickedness? That the scriptures is clearly showing who's who.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, we got the spiritual Huffman lenses. That's from Day Live.
Them
You
glasses,
could
right?
tell, yeah, you could tell, and then it went to the contacts.
Yeah.
You could tell who's the
That's
Lord's
what- have you
people,
seen that movie?
whether 2/3 or 1/3, because the Lord's people are the ones that suffer while these other nations are winning, and we're not envying the oppressor. We just.
You at the black dude.
I'm gonna bring verse 2 because it goes
the Bible. He was a prophet. He
into
was
it,
blind.
because this is like the face booster.
They really
So it
showing
says
how it was.
Hebrews 12:2, looking unto Yahweh Shah, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross.
Yeah, the Lord endured the cross. And that thing, man, you know how much the Lord suffered? Damn near suffocating on the cross, the body weight, dehydration, dizziness, all of that. You heard me? And the Lord had to suffer that, man. You can't even, you try to visualize it, but you can't. You can only get a little inkling of try to grasp what was going on in that situation.
It reads, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High.
Yeah, the Lord, Yahweh Shai was sitting next to Yahweh on the right hand side, right there. You know, and the Lord, basically, the Lord got his promotion, promoted high above all except for the Most High. And pretty soon, he's going to get that physical inheritance. You know what I mean?
It says,
When Yahweh deems so.
it says, verse 3, for consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest ye be wearied and faint in your minds.
Yeah, so the mind, you your worst enemy. The mind, the spirit, and the body, they gotta all be sound, man. All right, it gotta be like you gotta disassociate yourself from the world, man. And whatever you think you're losing, you're not losing nothing on this side. You're not losing nothing. All right, and look, yo, I've been doing this for so I'm tired of this. I've been doing Yahweh Shai didn't get his inheritance physically yet.
Yeah.
The servant isn't greater than the master. Yahweh Shai didn't get his yet. So what the hell are you anybody? Yahweh Shai is patient.
Yeah, because Yahweh Shai, he could have delivered himself. He could have called on the legions of angels to deliver him.
He followed his father's order to the T.
So since we're going into this, right? I googled how much did the cross weigh that the Lord had to carry. So this is on BibleWord.net, right? So it says solid wood. It says in John 19:17, John says Yahweh Shai carries the cross, while in Matthew 27:32, Mark 15:21, Luke 23:26, we are informed that Simon of Cyrene helped Yahweh Shai to carry the cross.
After a certain distance, he popped up
Yeah.
to help, but-
It says there is no exact figure on the weight of the cross. It is believed to have been made of solid wood, so the whole cross is estimated to be over 300 pounds, which is 136 kilograms.
Now you walk now you're walking, not you're doing a deadlift or whatever you call it. You're walking with that. Mind you, you're bruised up.
Yeah.
You're hungry, you're thirsty.
Yeah.
All right? And you gotta carry it.
And
And you gotta carry it, and you gotta, while you carrying it, you being attacked at the same time. Now visualize all of that.
Yeah, and it goes into that. It says, while the cross bearer is estimated to be around 70 to 80 pounds, it says weakened by the torture, the scourging, humiliation, and beatings, carrying even the crossbar would have been too much for Yahushua. That's why they had to force Simon to help Yahushua bear the burden, and that's what the Lord goes into and says, pick up your cross and follow after me, because the Lord had to carry that physical cross, which was a heavy burden. The burden that we're going to carry, the cross that we're going to carry, it's the heaviness on that spiritual point. That's why when the Lord put his man through the fiery trials, sometimes that cross, you be like, damn. So it's like the Lord had to carry that spiritually and physically. The Lord is not letting no brothers carry around a 300 fucking on cross, but it's that spiritual symbol of like, yo, you come to serve Yahushua, it's going to get heavy, you know. And just like Yahushua, like I said, Yahushua was physically tortured, beaten, wounded, humiliated. We're going to experience that on the spiritual level. Like, brothers is going to go through humiliation, like us being tortured, getting sick, right? Those infirmities, man, you know, or even just getting banged up on the job, and we still got to carry that burden to serve the Lord, man.
And however successful you are on this side, you might not think it, but when you was in the world, it might have been heightened on the worldly view. So certain things, certain opportunities, you might believe that you might be successful. You successful in the Yahweh Shemashah, but in the world state, in the world joint, wherever you at now, you probably would have been higher. To stand it. But when you come into this truth, the spirits jump on people. So certain things you might not know about. You might be like, yo, nah, don't help them get in this position. Hire them on this. You might not even know, yo, nah. You know what I mean? You might have been considered for something. Nah, fuck it. You know what I mean? Alright, you might cut back the females you want, but now the percentage might go down. You might got an 80% hit rate. I noticed, but in the world you might have a 98.
I noticed all of that.
You know what I mean? You still who you are, but it's going to diminish a little bit. You know.
But at the same end, it's all spiritual, because like a lot of times I realize it when I've gone on certain job interviews, and their whole shit was like they love what I bring to the company, but it's always, but the beard. Can you trim the beard? And I remember a while back, like when I first came to the truth, I went on a job interview, and the guy was like, yo, if you shave down your beard, we'll give you the job. This is like 12 years ago. I shaved my beard down. I didn't get the job. At that point, I said, I would never even pluck a hair for no job. I made that vow to the Lord, like I'm never shaving my beard for I'm not even trimming my shit. And I've just always kept that mentality. So every interview I've been on and they say cut the beard, I'd be like, no, the Lord has always blessed me with something better. So you see from a spiritual point where if you was in the world, that job would have been for you, but the Lord don't want you in that company for a reason. Whether it's going to get blown up, attacked, or something bad going to happen, the Lord's like, I don't want you there. Or when it comes to a girl, when you're in the world, evil spirits attract other evil spirits. So if you was in the world and you with the so-called bad bitch, now she putting you through the ringer. Now you probably in jail. Now you all jacked up. But now that you in the truth, and now that the Lord got a spirit on you, and you may see a fine joint, like she don't realize it, but her spirit is like, it's like ill. You know, and that's just the Lord just blocking those bugs from you, man.
Yeah, that's what the scriptures actually speak on that. It says a wicked woman is plotted for a wicked man. You know what I'm saying? And a virtuous woman is basically plotted for a righteous man. So, you know, just piggybacking off the brother, you know, the Lord is in control ultimately. You know, the Lord is going to put you in those right places. That's why it says, the scriptures say, a man's goings of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So we never supposed to ever question, you know, what the Lord does for us. You know, even if it comes in a suffering state, or you may not understand it at that point. You know, you never doubt the Lord. Because once you got that moment of doubt, it's like faith. It starts over as a mustard seed and it expands and it grows. That's exactly what doubt do too. You always have to rebuke those, and that's a demon. You always got to rebuke that in the name of Yahweh Shemel Shah. You know? I'm going to go back. So it says, verses Hebrews chapter 12, verse 7. It reads, if ye I'm gonna read verse 6 again. It says, "For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourges every son whom he receiveth."
That's right. So the Lord punishes those he loves, especially the elect. The Lord want to be the elect, and we doing what we gotta do. We being purged so we don't be judged with the world. We being purged so we don't be judged when the world's judged, man. You know?
It reads, verse 7.
Because when you have a child or someone you take care of, your parents, and what your parents will punish you, like, I don't give a fuck what you see everybody else doing, you mine.
Yeah.
You gonna do what I say do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your parents might die, jump over everybody else that's fucking up and get to you. You know what I mean? Your parents might judge you first before they judge your cousins. They might get a pass, and your ass might get your ass whooped and on punishment at the same time.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's
And
a fact.
thank God for that, man. Thank Yahweh Shem Yahushua for that, man. I appreciate the ass whoopings, man.
And if I can add too, like you see it because the Lord is correcting his people. The Lord ain't correcting the heathens from their wickedness because they're not important. So the Lord is letting them be the wicked, do their dumb shit because they're gonna get judged for it. The Lord has always been trying to correct Israel because like we're his people. So when you love something, you do your best to take care of it. If you don't care about something, it's like having a new pair of Jordans. You're like, nah, I don't want to wear this today. I might put it on just to walk around in the house. I'm gonna clean it. But these old ass Jordans, man, I can wear this shit to the gym. I don't care if it's rusty, dusty. It's like you don't give a fuck.
We knew, like me and my cousins, we knew we was doing bad shit. A lot of shit we didn't get caught for, right? So I remember one time a neighbor called a motherfucker, it's BCW back then, it's ACS now. They came in there, they called the police, matter of fact. The police came in, you know what I mean? Made us lift up our shirt and shit. You know, y'all get whoopers or whatever, we all lied our ass off. Some of us just got fucked up before that. and a day or two before that. Nah, like, I'm looking like, yo, I don't know, surprised. I'm like, yo, we was all like, yo, nah, we don't get hit. The Lord had it where none of our bruises were seen or whatever. You know what I mean? You know, then they left. You know what I mean? Listen, man, whoopers is a good thing, man.
Yeah, sure.
You know? Now, we wasn't getting hit to where we damn near in a coma and shit like that, but yo, listen. Look, shit have to happen. Sometimes you don't get hit. You know, what's one story? I remember one time I was told to do something and I prolonged it and I forgot. And my boss came, she swung this stick. And I saw it like Smallville, like slow motion.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna either dodge that shit or block it, cause that shit was aiming for my head. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna risk my arm or whatever. Fuck that. And I saw that shit shatter in the fragments or whatever. I saw it slow motion, but it was fast. You know what I mean? That shit funny though, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yo, I didn't forget no more when I was told to do something.
Yeah.
That's the moral of the story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It goes into
I'm
it.
sorry, Yaki.
It says Hebrews 12:8. But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons?
Yeah, so then we bastards if we don't be punished. We like the other nations, cause we're Most High's children. You know, women. So we have to we gotta suffer. And sometimes you're like, yo, I've been fucking up lately. This is why that happened. Oh, this is why I lost my damn wallet. You know what I mean? That's why I lost all my ID. I've been fucking up. Oh yeah, that's the worst, yo. That's the
Lose your
worst.
ID and all your shit.
You know what I mean? The Lord still threw me an alley because I'm cool with the females and the check cashers, so I was still cashing my paycheck.
I get direct deposit, so
The Lord jacked me up multiple times this money, but yo, that's what it is. And you know what? Hey, that's what I get. You
I was
know,
getting jacked over my car. You know what I mean? Like, I fixed this right here, and next you know, this is fucked up now. You know what I mean? I fixed the core. Well, I changed the core and the spark plugs. Next you know, the fuel injection, I gotta change that.
And that's a nice car, so you can tell you just catching hell. brother got the Batmobile over there. You know what I mean? What is it? I ain't gonna tell you. That ain't my business.
So,
You know what I mean?
but my son, he was helping me out driving
Yeah,
me to
yeah.
camp.
Bro, every
Yeah,
brother
my
with a
business,
car
man.
know the struggle sometimes, yo. Like,
bro.
it's just like, damn,
I'm
like,
like, God, that's like I kept saying, damn man, I fixed this shit. I paid for this shit right here, $400 for the spark plugs and the coil, and to get it installed. And now all of a sudden, the fuel injection. I thought it was one, it was 15, it was eight of them shits, man. But the dude but check it out. AutoZone, they try to rearrange your coding. Because what happened was, he was telling me $80 for one piece, one part. So why to put $80 and I need 8 of them? So I went on eBay, brand new, the whole package, right? Guess how much I paid for it? $89.
See, we being spiritually backsmacked by the Lord, yo. he got us hanging on a rope.
We're on the road trying to bob and weave and getting
Listen,
smacked
you know,
around on me.
We get fucked up, you know what I mean?
It's all
But
good.
It's all good because we just Lord willing continue on what we gotta do, and asking for the strength to endure.
You ain't hungry?
This is
Man.
2 Timothy
Bro, I only ate breakfast.
verse
bro.
3.
That was Farina. So
That was there for endure hardness as a good soldier.
Lord, the scripture saying endure hardness as a good soldier. A soldier endures hardness. The weather, spiritual, physically, gotta keep pushing. Gotta carry heavy bags or whatever it is, your weapons, which is scriptures, whatever it is, our day to day. So we gotta go through all that. It ain't no such thing as I gotta step down from the battle.
Spiritual warfare,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
As men, as spiritual men in the wicked world, of course we're gonna catch hell. Okay, when we are against the majority of things that go on this side, on this kingdom, and even on the spiritual side, you got demons plaguing us and tempting us, man. So of course we're gonna go through it, but we gotta fight that good fight. Yes, sir?
Yep. This is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12. It reads, Beloved, thinking not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you.
All right. The fiery trial, man, because Lord willing, we that silver and that gold, the impurities are being burned out of us. Our imperfections are being burned out. The things that we do when we go off is being burned out and corrected.
Yeah.
Okay, you have something for me to show me?
No, I'll say I had to say.
Oh, that's it, yeah. So we being corrected. The world looks at it as like, look what you're going through. All right. Now when the Lord is correcting us, and you scoffing on that correction, calling us bumites, or we in a certain class, the Lord gonna fuck you up for that.
Hey, the hell that we catch, we endure. We call Yahweh Shem Yahweh. Now, you endure that hell. I think there's a lot of people who endure that same hell. They'll be ready to curse the Lord out. Curse the Lord and die. Like Job's wife. Right? But Job was, like I said, Job showed how to endure and what's at the end of endurance. As long as you keep that faith. But 2/3 you're gonna have faith. The second day, no matter how much they can be up in them churches, 7 days a week, they start catching hell. Why, Lord? Why?
Yeah.
The pastor retired, drop the Bible, walk off, right? Because they already got no faith, man.
Yeah.
You got to endure on to the end, man. You got it.
See what I mean?
It reads verse 13, but rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Yahweh Shai Mashiach's
We
suffering.
rejoicing because the Lord gave us this gift. The Lord woke us up. You know what I mean? He could have kept us asleep. You know? The Lord woke us up. You could have been like these zombies out here prospering, but then when the Lord turned the lights out, the economic lights out of this place, that's what they believe in. When that system is shut and nothing's flowing, all hope is going to be gone. They're going to know that there's no coming back from that. Then what they got? What leg they got to stand on then? What you have to stand on then? Because if your faith and all that was in that money, and your prosperity in this system was a game created. The Lord let these elites create it. And what happens when that's gone? The scripture say the door's going to be shut. The grind ain't going to cease.
That's right. First Peter 1:13. It says, "Therefore gird up the loins of your mind. Be sober and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you."
Gird up your mind. Like you girding up for war, your mind got to be in that war state, in a warlike state, to where you only got tunnel vision. Think of that scene in the movie Biker Boys, when they was always trying to get the finish line. Lawrence Fishburne and the other dude that played Puffy, everything else was blurred around them. It's like a tunnel around, and the only thing they saw was the end of that tunnel. That's how you gotta be in this world, man. And everything gotta bounce off of you. You know?
It says, "Be sober and hope to the end."
Sober meaning you gotta be clear-minded and not following the wine of this world, man.
It says, "And hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you."
Hope and faith. You gotta have hope and faith. What you mean? Yeah, you gotta have hope and be a faith-based Israelite. Yep, you have to. All of that, yes.
It says, "Brought unto you at the revelation of Yahushua."
And a revelation of Yahushua, because what you mean? When you in the world, you having faith, you having faith in that prosperity, you go to make a money play, whether it's legal or illegal, you structure everything to go make money, you having faith that plan is gonna work out.
Yeah.
Whether you got a business or whatever, whether you got a store, whether you selling food, whether you making car parts or whatever it is, you gotta have some type of faith that's gonna work out. So people they hypocrites when you say you either gonna have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua or you gonna have faith in the world. It's one of the, you know what I mean?
I got one. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than go to the house of feasting.
It's better to go to the house of mourning. We're mourning right now. The world is having fun right now. It's a Saturday. You know what I mean? It's a Saturday and all that. The world is enjoying. I ain't saying you can't get nothing to eat or somebody offer you something, but yeah, but the world is consuming that whole thing. You know what I mean?
It reads, "It is better to go to the house of mourning than go to the house of feasting."
It's better to go to the house of mourning. My whole thing is, I just hope that the regular stores is open so I could go get something to eat. I'm taking my ass home, Lord willing. You heard me? It's better to go to the house of mourning than the house of feasting. Feasting is party, basically. The way of the world.
Yeah.
We not sitting in a lotus position, but our mind is not having fun all the time, every day. You rarely see us have a good time. You know what I mean? We already know what's going on right now. That's pretty much what we're saying. But the world is enjoying these damn satanic holidays. Everything is a birthday. All of these days, man. It's fun. Dollar. Bitches. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing.
It says, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart.
Living gonna lay it to his heart. You got people that want to prosper and be a part of this world, and then you got the elect that their whole thing is a kingdom and serving Yahweh Shem Yahushua and promoting those names instead of themselves.
It reads verse 3, "Sorrow is better than laughter."
Sorrow is better than laughter. We're in the house of mourning.
It reads, "For by sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better."
The heart is made better through the suffering. Suffering builds character. With that, all praises to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakudash.
Double honors to our apostles, our bishops and our elders, and the Akim pushing this truth out. Shalom.
Shalom.